Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. For this, the 2023 Southern Sprint Car Series, this is round number 2. And you can see the sprint cars have just come out onto the track. Effectively, this is a bit of a warm-up for them. And it's an opportunity for them to be able to heat up their engines, their drive lines, transmissions. Well, I don't really have a transmission, but it's been a long time since I've done this, so we'll see if we can bluff our way through it for the evening. I'm absolutely knackered already. I just run up the stairs, and if you've ever seen the size of me, I'm not built for running upstairs. They actually probably need to put an elevator in the bloody place. So, yeah, that's the problem there. So basically what's happening tonight, folks, so we've got the Sprint Car, Southern Sprint Car Series, round number 2. Obviously they had round number 1 at Central Motor Speedway in Cromwell. And I think leading on the points at this particular point in time, is the 55 of Dean Miller. So hopefully we'll get a graphic, have a graphic come out very shortly for those people that are on the live stream. So after round 1, it is Dean Miller, the 55T car on 38 points. And second is the 95 of Caleb Bourne on 25. 98 Adam Adams is sitting on 24. He's a bit of a flyer, that boy. Watch him tonight. 15C Steve Duff Jr. on 23 points. 16T Matthew Anderson on 22 points. 43 Josh Buchanan on 21. 88 Jason Scott. I did see him walk around the pits. I don't think he's got a car here tonight, but he's on 20. Shania Stranark with 19 points. 96 Ross McKinnell on 17. 14 John Severide on 16 points. Wait for the page to flick over. And then we have 95 Fitu Taiwa on 15 points. And we do see Nigel Colvin, Jaden Dodge and Paul Horrell there. But of course, they haven't participated. Although they're entered, they haven't participated yet. Cool, take it down. Righto, that's how we look here. So what we've got, we have 410 cubic inches of V8 engine in these things. Poking out about 850 to 900 horsepower. They're a direct drive system on these cars. So basically it just goes from the motor through a little wee drive shaft straight into the back of the diff. How they gear them, how they set up the gear ratios on them, is they do have quick change diffs inside them, so they are able to change the gearing based on whatever track they go to. Actually, 88 Jason Scott is there. He's over the other side of the track there, sitting on turn 3. So the list of competitors for tonight, although we just read out the points, let's have a wee look. So this is the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. So big thanks goes out to Civil Construction, Concut. There's quite a few of them that have poked up out of the blue, and we'll go through those guys as the evening goes on. So let's have a wee look on screen at the moment. We've got the 55 of Dean Miller, the K's Bakery sponsored machine. He's the man that's actually leading the points as we speak. So fantastic. He actually had a pretty bad accident last season. For those people that don't know, he actually went up in flames and he had a severe burns to his knees. So seeing that Dean does spend a lot of time on his knees because he's a real estate agent, it was a bit painful for him for a wee while, but however he has made a pretty good recovery, and great to see the 55K's Bakery machine back out there and boogieing around this Custom Signs Beachlands circuit. So that's the K's Bakery. 88 Jason Scott, Edge Parts Performance, one of the sponsors of this deal here tonight as well. Jason Scott really needs no introduction. He's a multiple South Island champion and of course owner, operator of the Edge Parts Performance in Christchurch. So he is one to watch out for. He's been a bit slow in his old age, our Jace, but you never know. You can never count that guy out. So it's definitely one to watch out for as the meeting goes on. We see him on screen there, the Simpson sponsored Edge Parts Performance machine. Pretty sure he runs a Triple X chassis, but like your road cars, they've all got different chassis manufacturers. And there we go, there's the 55 of Dean Miller again. Hopefully we get another shot of somebody else very shortly. There's the 21 Anderton Decorators, one of the pit sponsors actually, and that's Shania Stranark, and Shania, current Southland Sprint Car champion, so she definitely knows how to pilot one of those sprint cars around the track, that's for sure. 95 Fitu Taiwa, and the iHire machine, the iSigns iHire car of Ross McKinnell. He's like if Jason Scott was the daddy of the sprint cars, he's the granddaddy. That boy's been around a damn long time, and the only way to actually check out his age is to actually cut the guy in half and count the rings inside, because each ring constitutes 100 years old. So, but a fantastic guy, great peddler as well in the iHire sponsored car. 14T, that's John Severite. John has obviously been floating around sprint cars for a while. He had a couple of seasons off. He had a business he sold up, and he's now got a company called Pro Bend, and completely changed the colour of that car. It was a real fluorescent type sort of a deal that he had in that, but now he's got it looking pretty damn good. And he goes not too bad on his day. Just see how he gets on today here at the Central Motor Speedway, at Custom Science Beachlands Speedway circuit. The only reason why I said Central Motor Speedway is looking at the 43 of Josh Buchanan out there. Hopefully no damage done to that car, the 43T machine. He's one of the young guns of our speedway, sprint car racing, and mate, he can definitely pedal that car, and hoping to see some pretty good things out of Josh Buchanan tonight. Hopefully that car hasn't been pushed in there because there is an issue with it. Going up the top turn there, coming out of turn number 2 is the 95. That is, of course, Caleb Bourne. So Caleb's been around racing for quite some time. Most people would know Caleb's dad, Ray Bourne, who is an absolutely legend when it comes to sprint car racing and midget car racing. Actually, I first looked at his dad racing a midget many years ago. The 95C was a well-known midget around the New Zealand tracks. So, of course, Caleb's now taken over the running of this particular sprint car, and Ray's actually stepped back. So the Avon Insurance Brokers sponsored machine of Caleb Bourne. Now, Caleb definitely knows how to boogie in that machine. A very aggressive style of driving, not afraid. It's that whole win it or bin it mentality, and he certainly is one of the spectacular young guns of the sprint car class around the countryside, or the South Island anyway. Steve Duff Jr., 15C, the Concut sponsored, the Gas Man is what they've nicknamed him, and once again, this is a second generation racer with his dad. Steve Duff Sr. Was the person that everybody would know. Once again, a very staunch and competitive sprint car operator for many years, and of course now Steve Duff and Jamie Duff, everybody knows who Jamie is. Jamie's unfortunately not doing the series, but Steve Duff Jr. is, and this man, he's probably one of the fastest guys out there that has such bad luck. And every time we've kind of been here, hopefully it's not the Pits TV that caused this for him, but he seems to have a few little issues with the car, whether it be an engine or, bangs into a wall, which doesn't do them much good. So hopefully we'll see some fantastic things out of the 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. Over the back straight, heading to turn 3, the 16 of Matt Anderson out there as well. And Matt's just one of those guys. There's actually a wage earner, so it's bloody difficult to do this type of racing on a wage, because with the costs associated with running a sprint car, it's bloody mind-blowing, to be fair. And this young fella, he does it pretty damn good on a very limited budget, so it just goes to show that, you don't have to have a big company to be competitive in a sprint car on the South Island. You just got to be Matt Anderson. So watch him out tonight. He was registered to the Dunedin track last year. I'm not sure why the change over to the Cromwell club, but for obvious reasons, I think it's more about numbers. There's only one registered sprint car driver in Dunedin. I think you need to actually have more of that for Speedway New Zealand to consider you a class or allowed to operate the class at your track. So that's probably why he switched over there. 98. Young Adam Evans. This is a guy who definitely knows how to pedal a sprint car. We've seen him come through all the ranks. I remember watching him in youth mini stocks, come up through the 6-shooter class, very competitive in the 6-shooter, and of course now jumps into a sprint car and certainly knows how to light this thing up. There's no real issues with the way he pedals, and very aggressive, very fast. Watch this man, sponsored by Hydrolink. And his old man, well, he's sort of obviously had to be booted out of the seat and has to take on the responsibility to being the crew chief for young Adam Evans. So watch this man as well. So anybody could be there or thereabouts tonight, and it's definitely going to be an interesting meeting for it. Righto, so we're very short. Now, this is a bit of a time trial that's happening here. Hopefully we're going to have a graphic come up very shortly that'll tell you what the times are for these guys. So this is really just for shits and giggles, if I had to be honest with you. There's no real reason for this. They've already set out the grades and the classes and stuff. So this will be interesting. We'll have to have a wee look and see who can get some of these top times. Okay, so 95. Here they go. Hopefully we'll get some graphics up very shortly. That's going to tell us what these lap times are going to be. But the A1 Insurance Brokers, Caleb Bourne leads them around up to between turn 1 and 2 down the back straight, lifts up that wheel just nicely. Let's have a wee look here. So there they go, all loaded up, ready to go. So Bourne's just done a 13.969 in his hot lap so far. Adam Evans just went one faster there with a 13.854, and Steve Duff Jr. with a 14.251. So 2 laps is all they get. Fastest lap out of those two was the 13.847 by Caleb Bourne. Adam Evans with a 13.854. Not much between those two. And Duff, he's a little bit off the pace at the moment. He did a 14.251. Let's have a wee look. 88, Jason Scott gets pushed out. Who else we got out there? We've got we're just waiting for everybody else. Whiru Taiwa, the 95 machine, gets pushed out as well. And we'll see who the next car that's going to come around. So Jason Scott, each parts of performance. And Whiru Taiwa, he's got ITM on the side of his machine. I can't see the other one that's there. So we've got Bourne from Evans and Duff so far. Just idling around there, Jason Scott did a 20.82, so that's not obviously going to be where they finish off. So Scott and Taiwa, and it looks like Shania Stronach is about to be pushed out, and an Decorator sponsored machine makes her way out onto the track as well. Now, please excuse those people at home. The graphic might look a little bit funny every once in a while. It's brand spanking new graphics. We're developing them, so they might not be 100%. That's the whole reason why we're here tonight, to make sure that everything gets dialed in for us here at the Pits TV. And then they conned me into doing some commentary while we're here. Righto. So let's get there 2 laps. I haven't seen the greens on, so they should be underway. So Jason Scott goes up underneath us here. The each parts performance up between 1 and 2, looking pretty damn good. Whiru Taiwa getting his power down to the track, and Shania back there as well. And I also see Ross McKinnell, the iHire machine, out there as well. So we're just coming across the line now and see who's done what. Nothing too spectacular at the moment. Jason Scott just clocked out a 14.523. McKinnell with the 15. What do we got? McKinnell with the 14.802, and Shania Stronach with the 15.361. Whiru Taiwa a 16.304. So let's have a wee look here. Scott moves up into the third. He gets the checkered flag. So third fastest time with a 14.219. And really that was the only one that sort of performed out of that group there. So it's Bourne still with the fastest, 13.84. Evans with a 13.854. Jason Scott, third fastest time with a 14.219. Steve Duff Jr. with a 14.251. Ross McKinnell, the 96i, with a 14.802. Shania Stronach with a 14.882. And Whiru Taiwa a 15.934, as we see the 16 car of Matt Anderson get pushed away. I think we can see the 14 car also of John Severide out there as well. And hopefully there'll be another one, maybe. I noticed that the 43 machine's not getting pushed out. 55, Dean Miller, the K's Bakery sponsored machine, he gets out onto the track as well. So there's a wee bit of an internal prize here. There's really not anything that these guys are getting for this. There is recognition for having the fastest lap time around Beachlands Speedway. This doesn't amount to the grids. We've already got all the grids and stuff. So this is really amounts to nothing. Righto, that's shake, rattle and not roll. So the 16 car of Matt Anderson gets underway, comes out of turn 2, got to wait for him to do his first lap. And Dean Miller comes underneath us as well. The K's Bakery sponsored machine. Let's have a look what Matt Anderson's got in the tank. It's his first lap there, waiting for a result to come through. So Matt Anderson, he's got a 5th fastest time with 14.666 so far. And Dean Miller with a 17.386. Now it jumps up to a 14.951. 14.951 for him. And who else we got there? John Sebright with a 15.50. So John's got a wee bit to find as well. But there's Matt Anderson going across the start-finish line to complete his lap. He got up to a third fastest time there of 14.12. So let's bring up the results of that, drop that down, because I believe that's it. I noticed that Josh Buchanan hasn't gone out there, which is a bit of a shame. So obviously there's some issue with the car. Hopefully they get that sorted out. So there we go there. It is 95 Caleb Bourne with the fastest time, 13.847. 98 Adam Evans from Cromwell. He did 13.854. And then we had the third 16 of Matt Anderson with the 14.12. 88 Jason Scott from Cromwell with a 14.219. 15 Steve Duff Jr. with a 14.251. 96 Ross McKinnon with a 14.802. 21 Shania Stronach with a 14.882. 55 Dean Miller with a 14.951. John Sebright, the 14T car with a 15.550. And Fitu Taiwa with a 15.934. Caleb Bourne, fastest time, 13.847. And Josh Buchanan, obviously, nothing. So he didn't put out a time. The youth saloons, 10 laps for those guys. Mulford Holdings looking after us for that. Race 1 for the sprint cars will start, brought to us by Civil Construction. That's 10 laps as well. All of them actually 10 laps, so we'll cut that down. Production saloons, ARC, Fabrication, bringing those guys to us tonight. And then we'll have the saloons with 10 laps, ARB 4x4. Then we'll have the stock cars with Rumours of Eternity, 10 laps. Street stocks will be right after then, before we move down to round number 2 for youth saloons, sprint cars, production saloons, stock cars, and street stocks. And then, of course, we go a little bit later on the night. Race 3 for youth saloons, the sprint cars, and then we'll break away for a wee bit from our race program, do the production Top Gun, then back to the saloons, the stock cars, the street stocks, and then production feature, second to last race of the night, and then the 25 lap sprint car feature coming up right at the end of the night. So coming up very shortly, we should have youth saloons brought to us by Mulford Holdings. Big field of these guys tonight here. A couple of Invercargill visitors. I think there's three that have come up, maybe 4 actually, come up from Invercargill. Listed as Maddie Pine from Invercargill, Caden Race. So anyway, we've got young Stiffy down in the what they call that thing, the pits. So that's how we yarn to him and see if we've got all our audio fixed up downstairs.
Yeah, just making sure that it's all loud and clear down here, and we might shoot over real quick and have a bit of a yarn with Josh Buchanan and see if we can get to the bottom of what was going on with his car. Josh, mate, what happened with your car that you didn't go out there for a hot lap?
We're just running low on oil pressure at the moment, so hopefully we've just figured out the issue and we're just going to go and fire it up right now.
Oh, sweet as, mate. All good. Well, best of luck. All good. Over to you, Jace. He's going to go fire it up now. It was a bit low on oil pressure. That's why he didn't do some hot laps.
Alrighty, thanks very much, Stiffy.
It doesn't matter how hard the job is, we suck it up and get it done. No matter how dirty our hands have to get, we suck it up and get it done. Suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up, suck it up, suck it up. Out for suck's sake, suck it up.
Suck it up and get it done with suckitup.co.nz.
But we are due to get underway very shortly. Big program, 6 classes we've got tonight. Few races to get through. Cool Trans Ute over the back straight there, getting ready to bring everybody out as the first of the cars make their way out on to the track. And I think that's our Invercargill visitor, maybe, Maddie Pine. Can't quite see from here. Some of these numbers are a bit hard to see, but we certainly can make out the 38 of Luke and Cuff. That car sticks out quite nicely. And the 24 making their way around, Dresden Constable. The 49, very well presented Caden Race machine this year, all the way from AT Electric Riverside Speedway. The 27 machine behind him is Noah Kiddo. Then we go back to the 21 car of Jasmine Todd. I think that's the 99 machine over there, Kate Howard. good field of these guys here for the second meeting of the season. The 13 of Imogen Knox, and I think that is the 36 of Max Kemp there, 53 all the way from Invercargill, Joshua Barlow Richardson. The 81 machine of Cooper Harvey, the 59 of Kyan Green, and the 10 of Blake Fox Miller, and then the 89 machine looks like the last one there, the Hunter Glover. Oh, that's not the last one, there's another one there behind them. Making their way down the back straight, the 38, Saloon and Cuff on the inside, on the outside 97, Lockie Robertson setting the pace. So that car must be at the head of the field on the outside when they go across the start-finish line or when the light goes green, whichever comes first. Usually they race to the lights, sometimes they race to the flags, depends on what club you're at. But the green has definitely dropped, and we are up and racing. Caden Race off to a fantastic start in the 49, up out of turn number 2, makes his way down the back straight, already opened up about 8 car lengths back to the 36 of Max Kemp. 6.34, not the fantastic start. Matty Stewart just taking it nice and easy as they go past the control tower. Lap number 1 will just about to be completed for Caden Race, who's got a good commanding lead already over the rest of the field. Back behind Caden we see the 36 of Max Kemp. 9 laps still to go though, and back behind them we will have the 27 of Noah Kiddo there as well. And behind Kiddo we'll see Robertson, Barlow Richardson and Cuff back there in 6th spot. So we are, so far, fastest lap would be from Max Kemp with a 20.745, even though not the leader, but we're probably not looking like they're going to be too far away from the lead as we look for our front runners go across the start-finish line now and push out 7 laps to go. Now Caden Race has been held up a little bit, and the 36 machine of Max Kemp goes right round the outside of both the lap car and the 49 of Caden Race. Race is going to have to try and battle back going into turn 3, ducking down the inside. Let's see what they can do. No, looks like the car of 36 doing the job for this lap. Max Kemp now leads it. Back in 2nd spot, the 49 of Caden Race, comfortably in 2nd spot, real no challenge there. Back behind them, we'll see the 27 car, about 10 back, and that's, of course, Noah Kiddo. 6.34, Maddie Stewart still floating around there, doing her thing. As we look for our front running cars going up into turn 1 and 2, the Paul McDonald Earth Moving Limited turn 1 and 2 here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. And 36 leads it, about 6 car lengths back to the 49 of Caden Race. A big gap back to the 27. Looks like they've slowed down. Noah Kiddo has just been passed by the 97 of Robertson and the 53 car of Barlow Richardson as they come across the start-finish line. And they have 4 laps left to go. A good wee battle starting to open up about midfield between the 97 and the 53 as they come out of turn number 2, head down the back straight. Actually, 97's got the foot down, and that is the car of Robertson comfortably in 3rd spot. Though Barlow Richardson really trying to get up behind them as they come off turn number 2. 3 to go for our leaders as they make their way over the top part down the back straight. 36 leads it at this stage. Then behind them, of course, and that's obviously Max Kemp, and then the 49. Looks like we might have a yellow out, do we? We do. And what is that for? Is it something I've missed? Let's see what happens. Something on turn 3 and 4. Oh, there's a bumper sitting in the middle of the track there at the Lammermoor Station sponsored turn 3 and 4. We can see the old crashy truck going over there. Jesus Christ, boy, that's about as old as you, Goober, that truck. Back in 1943. The old Bedfords, eh? They were a good old car back in the old truck back in the day, weren't they?
Actually, a year older than me.
Not by much, though. It's not how you feel, it's who you... No, actually, we can not go there. But obviously, a lot of work goes into these. Some of these kids really do put a lot of time and effort. They don't mind spending mum and dad's money. And, Caden Race is, obviously nothing but dirt. I think nothing but dirt. It's the photographer from O2 Electric Riverside Speedway, by memory, isn't it?
Correct.
I've seen some good photos that they've taken over the years, and of course, once again, there's a few photographers floating around. If you can support them, by George, get onto their Facebook pages or their websites. Nothing but dirt. Deborah, what's her name? I don't even know. I can't remember. But anyway, no doubt somebody will message me and tell me. Right, the green is back on again. as we make our way up into turn 1 and 2. 49, look at that, nice wee sticker. Oh, look what's happened to the 36 machine. Max Kemp has slowed right down to the top part of the wall there. I'm not actually sure what's going on. The green's still on, and 36 is going to have to try and get down to the infield, but that now hands the race lead back over to the 49 machine. I can't even see the flag man from here. I just can't see any white flags. It must be close though. So 49's the leader. Race from Barlow Richardson, who's sitting back there in second spot. Noah Kiddo back in third at this stage. Right, so I'm not sure what the deal is here with the... Is there a white flag run? 2 to go, apparently. 2 to go is what we've been told at the moment. So we're looking for our leader. There's the white flag just come out now. Big thanks to the guys from the Pits TV that showed me a nice big white flag. But it is going to be the 49 machine making their way down the back straight, of course. Caden Race clears some lap traffic, got a bit of speed on. 53, the 2 Invercargill cars, Joshua Barlow Richardson, back there in second spot. They are not going to be touched. And of course, back there in that next spot will be the 97 machine going across the start-finish line now for the win. Look at that, 49, Caden Race. Fantastic job. Okay, so we've just got the final results that have come up there for race number 1, and Caden Race was the winner with the fastest lap at 20.80. In second, 53, Joshua Barlow Richardson with a 21.011. 97, Lockie Robinson from Invercargill with a 21.371. 27, Noah Kiddo back there in fourth. Then we had fifth, 59, Kayon Green. 6th was the 21 of Jasmine Todd. 7th was the 89 of Hunter Glover. 8th was the 24 of Dresden Constable. 9th was the 38 of Lucan Cuff. And 10th was the 51 of Brody Holly. And then we go back to 11th, Cooper Harvey. 12th, Aidan Heads. 13th, Blake Fox Miller. 14th, Imogen Knox. 15th, Max Kemp. 16th, Kate Howard. And back there in that final spot was the 634D car of Maddie Stewart. Fastest lap, 20.745 for that race.
Anderton Decorators are a long-established Canterbury company covering the whole of the South Island who love to support their local community. If you require expert advice from design to application, then Shane has the expert team to ensure your next project is hassle-free with a professional finish. Floor to ceilings, walls to roof, inside, outside, commercial or residential. Let our team take the hassle out of your decorating. Give us a call now on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators, we have you covered.
Sprint cars, A versus C, heat number 1. Off number 1 will be the 14 car of John Sebright from Cromwell. In P2, the 88 of Jason Scott from Cromwell. In P3, the 55 of Dean Miller from Cromwell. In P4, 15C, Steve Duff Jr. And then going back to P5, the 96I of Ross McKinnell from Invercargill. And P6, the 43 machine, is he out there? Josh Buchanan from Cromwell. And in that final grid, P7, 95, Fetu Taiwa, also from Cromwell. So I don't see the 43 car out there. That's a bloody shame, that. I was looking forward to watching him bashing his way around here. So hopefully they get it sorted out, whatever the problem may be. Cool Trans Ute now pulls to the infield. We're up and underway. Next lap round, folks. 10 laps, methanol breathing. Winged Warriors that are the sprint cars. 410 cubic inches, 850 to 900 horsepower. And those wings up the top, very active. The faster they go, the better they control. Let's see what they can do this time here at Beachlands Speedway. Jason Scott, the huge parts performance man, gets a pretty good start. Dean Miller settles for that second spot though as they make their way down the back straight. Already Jason Scott's opened up about 2 or 3. Miller closes up pretty good under the brakes, so it goes a little bit too wide. It may leave himself a little bit open, but he manages to get away with it as they go up to the Paul McDonald earth moving turn number 1 and 2. 15, the gas man, he's right up and about to get him behind the 55 car of Dean Miller as they come off turn 3 and 4. Fastest lap 14.924 from Jason Scott. Over to the back straight he goes, puts the foot down, gets the big Triple X chassis down to the ground, and the power is definitely coming out of this wee baby tonight. 55, Dean Miller back in second spot. Then we go back a couple of lengths to our next place car, which is the 15 car, who's pulled to the infield. So that's not good for Steve Duff Jr. Has gone to the infield up on turn number 1 and 2, which now puts the I-High car of 96, Ross McKinnell, back in that third spot. Then we go back to the next place of 14, John Sebright and Fitu Taiwa. He brings up that final spot at the tail end of the field. We've still got 6 to go for Jason Scott. Up between turn 3 and 4 we go. And he'll come across the start-finish line. Knocks out a 14.637 as he goes up into turn 1 and 2 now. Dean Miller, he's back in second spot, about half the length for the back straight back into that second spot now. And a bit of a comparison there up on screen for those people sitting at home, with Jason Scott clearly way faster than the car of Dean Miller, but Dean Miller getting a 14.664 in lap number 4. He's starting to gain that back a little bit there, but probably too little too late as Jason Scott comes across the line. He's got 3 to go now as he makes his way up onto turn 2 down the back straight. Dean Miller with a bit of a wheel walk coming out of turn 2 as he makes his way into 3 and 4. Length of the back straight back to the 96 of I-Hire Machine of Ross McKinnell, about the same distance back to John Sebright, who's got Fitu Taiwa a couple of links back in that next spot now. 2 to go. Jason Scott up over to turn 3 and 4. He will go well and truly under control. 55, Dean Miller's definitely closed that gap as the white flag comes out. 1 to go for Scott. He'll come off turn 2. Look at that front lifting up as he heads down the back straight now. Dean Miller got no answer for the Edge Parts and Performance sponsor machine of Jason Scott. He'll come down the front straight, grabs a checkered flag for the first one of the sprint cars. Then we go back. Dean Miller will be there, and then we wait a wee bit of a distance back to the 96 of Ross McKinnell, and then we've got John Sebright in final spot there belonging to the car of Fitu Taiwa. There he is, the Edge Parts and Performance car, Jason Scott from Cromwell, with the best time there of 14.63. Fantastic win for him first up here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway for the Civil Construction South Island Sprint Car Series Heat number 1. There's the final results up for those people at home. 88 Scott, 14.637, and then Dean Miller with a 14.647. He's almost 2 seconds behind, back in second spot. In third, the 96 of Ross McKinnell with a 14.906. And then fourth was John Sebright, back into the 15s he was with a 15.584. And then fifth, the 95 of Fitu Taiwa, 15.452. And bringing out that final spot, which he didn't make it across the line. We're hoping there's nothing too major wrong with Steve Duff. And he did that with a 15.320 fastest lap, but 14.637. Done it for Jason Scott. Race number 1 here, done and dusted for the Civil Construction South Island Sprint Car Series. Okay, folks, welcome back, of course, to Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. And this is race number 1 for the ARC Fabrication and Diesel Production Saloons. 10 laps is going to be the distance in this one. And big thanks goes out to ARC Fabrication. And coming up, obviously, very soon we're going to see the saloons, the first race for them. I think there's about 8 or 9 saloons down there. So not too bad of fields here. Second meeting of the season. Better than the first, they tell me. There wasn't too much floating around. Everybody was not quite ready to go and all their races and stuff. And as I said, production saloons are lined up, ready to go here for their first race. 3 races for each class tonight. A couple of interesting ones to keep it interesting. Not a bad field of production saloons. Of course, this is very much an entry-level class for Speedway. If you're looking to get into Speedway, this is the class you want to start in. If you're an adult especially. Not a nationally recognised class, but one of the bigger classes we have in Speedway as they make their way down the back straight. Looks like it's the 95 of Cody Denniston that leads them as they make their way up into turn 3 and 4. 48 is, of course, Tyler Kalk. His old man does a lot of work around in this particular part of the country here at the Speedway track. Always here fronting up to do all the working bees and bits and pieces and everything that he needs to do, as Tyler now will take the lead. Back behind him, it looks like it's the 33. Yep, 30, Aaron Brookland. Making up into the second spot. And I do believe we'll see the 4 car of Kahu Moxham. Now, Kahu used to race a stock car not too long ago, I think last season at ATO Electric Riverside Speedway, so obviously he's jumped into the production class and puts himself up into that 3rd spot at the moment. So having a look up the front, it's Kalk from Brooklyn, Moxon, Denison, and then we've got Kaylee, Knox, Nicholas and Hurring, and then Dowden and Tom are your top 10 as they make their way into turn 1 and 2. Out of 2 they go. 48. It is Tyler Kalk leads the field at the moment. Still back behind him, it is the 33 of Aaron Brooklyn, the 4 Kahu Moxham, then but a bit of a gap back to a next place car, which will be the 95 car of Cody Denniston. And behind him we'll see the 26 machine of Gareth Cayley as he makes his way across the start finish line. And looks like we've got 6 to go for race number 1 for Production Saloons, of course, as they make their way up into turn 3 and 4. Now the 33 car's got right up down the inside of Tyler Kalk. Let's see if we can make it stick. Not quite this time. Good battle going on up the front between these two, as now the 4 car of Kahu Moxham poking a bit of smoke out the back. Hopefully nothing too major. The wee Honda down the inside as he makes his way up into turn 3 and 4. Battles on for 1st, 2nd and 3rd. Tyler Kalk's gone a little bit too wide, and that might be just what the 33 car of Brooklyn needs to duck down the inside. There's the differences between them all at the moment. Nothing in it between Kalk, Brooklyn and Moxham as they come out of turn number 2, heading down the back straight now. This is where the battle is, and it's certainly going to be a ripper as they get through turn 3, out of turn 3 into 4. Bit of lap traffic's going to come into play now, and let's see what bit of a difference this makes. Kalk looks for a line, trying to go up nice and high. Looks like Moxham's going to take the low line. Might not be the best choice. Now look at this. That 33 car, Brooklyn's going right around the outside, hits the wall, coming out of turn 2, going into 3 and 4. And it's a good battle going on between Kalk and the car of Brooklyn now as they come into the front straight. They're going to have 2 to go after this lap. What a battle up the front. 33 now takes over the lead. That's, of course, the car of Aaron Brooklyn. 48 Tyler Kalk's trying to get those couple of seconds back as he makes his way up into turn 3 and 4. Kahu Moxham out of the play now and drifts back about 10 off the pace from the 2 front running cars. Kalki's still trying to do what he can to get up behind him, but not going to make it work this lap, as we just about would see the white flag out. 1 to go for Brooklyn as he makes his way down the back straight into turn 3 and 4. Last lap is definitely on, and will be a fantastic drive from Brooklyn. Comes into the front straight, gets the checkered flag. 33 takes the win, and then we go back behind him. It will be the 48 car of Kalk. Then back Moxham does enough to get across in 3rd spot. Good battle going back between the rest of the field there. Might have been the 94 car of Ricky Pilley which would have done the job. But there we go. The graphic on screen, pretty clear, pretty decisive. It is the 33 car of Aaron Brooklyn that takes the win. Just waiting for the final result to come up there with the fastest lap of 20.936. In 2nd spot, the 48 of Tyler Kalk with a 27.05. 4th was Kahu Moxham from Invercargill with a 21.057. In 4th was Ricky Pilley with the 94D car with a 21.382. And rounding up the top 5, the 95 car of Cody Denniston with a 22.084. 6th was 51 Steve Nicholas. 7th 87 Olivia Glover. 26 was in the 8th, that's Gareth Cayley. And 9th was 66 Gavin Hurring. 10th was the 13 of Imogen Knox. And 11th was Josh Dowden in the 16 car. 12th was the 27 of Noah Kiddo. 13th, the 78 of Daniel Tom. 14th was Max Fleet in the 61 car. 15th was Liam Ballantyne in the 27 car. I'm about over it now. That'll do. That's enough of them. So that is it. The results for race number 1 for the Production Saloons. Lined up on the dummy grid. We do see and hear the rumble of the big V8s as the saloon cars up next here at Custom Science Beachlands Speedway. Back real soon.
It's action for the whole family. With 23 tracks around New Zealand, there is no better way to spend your weekends than at a Speedway New Zealand track.
Here they come to the start-finish line again.
There's something for the whole family. Sprint cars, saloons, stock cars, sidecars, midgets, and much, much more. Pack up the family and make a trip to adrenaline-filled, action-packed bashes and crashes that only Speedway can deliver. Visit www.speedway.co.nz to find out the track nearest to you. Speedway, it's our summer thing.
Oh well, Jason Scott, the man of the hour for the first heat anyway. You managed to keep it under control, all four wheels on the ground. It bit grippy, bit heavy.
Yeah, no, she's super heavy out there and heaps of grip, but wheels are off the ground a bit, and but nice track. It'll come real good later on in the day.
What do you plan on doing to the car to cater for that track? Do you reckon it'll come to you?
I think it's going to go away, but now by the feature time, I think it'll be pretty good. A few fat wheels out there will bring it right. These skinny wheels rip it up a bit, but plenty of moisture out there. As long as that rain stays away, I think it's going to be pretty good.
It actually looks like it's turned out to be not too bad a day, eh? Car's going all right for you? You bloody seem to be going good these days, and it's been a wee while since we've filmed you guys.
Yeah, no, been a wee while, but no, car's going good, just doing the basics again, and the crew's going well, and we've just got a bit of a plan, and it's working at the moment, so hopefully we keep it that way.
Well, Scotty, hopefully we get to talk to you later on, because you've done the right thing if that's the case, eh?
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you later.
All good luck.
So, first lap down. Sorry folks, had to run downstairs there for a sec. Who's got the lead? 57 Aaron Andrews. Points leader for the season so far. Out in the lead. Travis Smith. Don't run downstairs or upstairs. Is in second spot. Makes his way down the back straight. So, the 10 car of Stu Miller back in third. Then we've got 96 Mark Newell. And then the 98 of Blair Finlay there as well, as I try to get my breath back here. Whew. 57 Aaron Andrews, the beautifully presented Ford Mustang, makes his way up into turn 3 and 4. Got a pretty good lead already over our second place car, which is a Hypermac of young Travis Smith, as he goes across the start finish line. So it's not it is a Hypermac. Then we go back behind him to the 10 car of Stu Miller. Made a bit of a mistake coming out of turn number 2 now. 96 Mark Newell makes his way up to the top part. We are eating hot dogs. I think I've eaten too many hot dogs, that's why I'm puffing, trying to get up those stairs. Righto, so over to the back straight we go. Look at the outside pass there. 96 Mark Newell on the 10 car of Stu Miller. Then the 98 car of Mark Evans. 57 Aaron Andrews just knocked out a fastest lap. I didn't quite read that before it disappeared off the screen on me. So Aaron Andrews, 16.617 in the mighty Ford for Aaron Andrews at the moment. And he's still got 4 to go. As he goes across, now 3 to go, as he goes across the start finish line, up into turn 1 and 2. The Mustang, the Ford, leads it. 57, Aaron Andrews on the, and behind him we'll see the 8 car of Travis Smith there. He's got about quite a bit of a distance, about 3/4 of a length to the back straight behind. And then the 96 car of Mark Newell now cleared the 10 of Stu Miller. All a bit of a coming together there between the car of Finlay and Stu Miller as they come past us here in the control tower. Oh, look at that. Blair Finlay's had a bit of panel work coming off. Up into turn 1 and 2 there. He's come to a bit of a stop. The 98 machine, brand spanking new Pro X, is what I've been told that this machine is. As we have 1 to go for the 57 of Aaron Andrews. He'll go up in turn 3 and 4. Just the 1 turn left to go now. And the yellow's come out. I thought that was going to happen. Took a wee while for that to come on. Our Speedway New Zealand officials are right on the ball today. as we are going to get that debris off the track, which was sitting there for about 3 laps. And 98 Blair Finlay, not the best result for him. So 98 Blair Finlay, the eye paint sponsored machine, the brand new car out of the Cowling Motorsport team field. But let's go green. The green flag drops. And we're up and underway. 57 Aaron Andrews, 96 Mark Newell having a wee sniff down the outside of the 8 car coming out of turn 2, getting awfully close to that wall. Very late under brakes, but the Hypermax got it sorted out at the moment as they come into the front straight. Aaron Andrews from Travis Smith. And then looks like now, though, 96 Mark Newell's got a wee bit of a nose in front, but Travis Smith is not going to give up that battle without a fight here as he makes his way down the back straight, up into turn 3 and 4. Mark Newell on the outside, Travis Smith on the inside. Aaron Andrews been monstered by a couple of Chevs as the checkered flag drops. Aaron Andrews will do enough to get across the start-finish line in first spot, and then we go back. I think it would just about be 96 Mark Newell. Just wait for confirmation of that very shortly here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway, but no denying Aaron Andrews with the fastest lap of 16.617, which he did. The mighty Ford takes out race number 1 for the Saloons here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. And let's have a look at those results on the screen now. Looks like Aaron Andrews with the win in second spot. 96 Mark Newell gets across the line, 16.972 for him. In third was the 8 car of Travis Smith in the Chev, and then the 4th place car, the 10D of Stu Miller. 5th was the 77 of Brodie Finlay. 6th was the 21D of Calvin Todd. 7th was the 11 car of Paul Carr. 8th was the 74 of Andrew Hutton, and in 9th was the 98 T car of Blair Finlay. 16.617 with that man with the checkered flag. It's not too bad round this Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Us tonight by Rumours of Eternity, which is Leanne Simon, and that person definitely knows how to freak you out. If you want to know anything about your future, she's certainly the person that will be able to help you with that. Get on the Facebook and the website Rumours of Eternity, and they'll be more than happy to tell you what you need to know. Especially, I think she talks to dead people. I'm not sure about that. Something like that anyway, but fantastic. I had a couple of people that have had a reading from her, and they reckon she's one of the best that they've ever been to, so yeah. Righto, so the stock cars on the track. I should have turned the page over a couple there, Goobs. Not a very good secretary either. You definitely don't look very good in the skirt, and I'll just say that. So when these guys start travelling, we'll start seeing some really big fields of stock cars, and great racing. Great racing. 655 Steve Thompson out there. 5D, the points leader at the moment for the club champs, Trazan Ryland Arnabel. Let's get ready to go racing here. Race number 1, stock cars, and we are kind of not green, but we're green now. We're up and underway. Righto, Paul Simon does the big slick, sly, down the inside move, uses the pole line to his advantage, but manages to gain a few spots as he makes his way down the back straight. So the Paul Simon goes straight to the lead. Trazan Ryland Arnabel's back in second spot. And then we look like we can see the 948D car of Liam Squire as he makes his way across the start-finish line. No, it's not. My apologies. Yes, it is. No, it's not. Yes, it is. I've got it eventually. 655, the car of Steve Thompson rounds out that 4th spot. Then we go back 1 to the 17 car of Billy Greer. Bit of a shunt there from the 7, from the 56 into the 7. 56 is Rodney Andrescent into the 7 car of Shannon Simon. Over to turn 2 we go, and 8 to go. And it is the car of 77 Paul Simon that's opened up about 8 back to the 5 of Trazan Ryland Annabelle. Back in that next spot we'll see the car of Liam Squire. I think it's his first hit out for the season in the new Rob race car that he's been assembling over the course of the off-season. Brand spanking new car. Back behind him the 655 of Steve Thompson. Now those guys have opened up quite a big lead back to the 17 machine of Billy Greer, and then 7 Shannon Simon. Then we go back behind them to the 78 of Bailey Mitchell, and then the 56 car of Rodney Andressen, and bringing up their last spot, Scott Casey in the 489 car, is Paul Simons on the same back straight as that last place car, making his way up to turn 3 and 4. It'll be 5 to go this time round as he goes across the start finish line. Not too much distance back, 1.5 seconds back to our second place car, which is Trezan Ryland Annabelle now, as he makes his way over to the back straight, turning into turn 3 and 4 now. 948 Liam Squire about to be caught up pretty quickly by the 655 car of Steve Thompson, who showed a lot of speed so far in this early part of the season now as they make their way up into 1 and 2. Nothing really happening up the front, but that second, third and fourth is where it's all at. 5, Trezan Ryland Annabelle in that second spot. Then we go back, 948 car of Liam Squire and Steve Thompson. They are the 3 cars that are battling it out as Paul Simon starts to get into a bit of lap traffic now. Got the 56 machine of Rodney and Dressen right in front of him now. Ducks down the inside, nice wee move. Can't quite get it past, but tries to get him on the corner there. Still can't get past, does he? Yes, he has. He's made it past now as he opens up that big gap. 2 laps left to go for the 77 car. Ex-New Zealand Street Stock champion multiple times, Paul Simon. A great lead over the 5 of Trezan Ryland Annabelle. In behind Tim, 948 Liam Squire gives the 56 a bit of a snot. 56 takes the 5 out. That allows Liam Squire down the inside. 56 riding the wall as the white flag comes out. She's 1 to go. Paul Simon. Look at that battle going on between Thompson now and the 5 of Ryland Annabelle as they make their way down the back straight. Trezan having a wee look down the inside, going to give him a big snot. The 655 of Steve Thompson mounts to nothing, goes a little bit too wide, but it's going to be Paul Simon, the 77, that will take the win from Liam Squire. Then Trezan Ryland Annabelle. In behind him we'll see Steve Thompson, and then we'll go back. I think it would be just about the 7 car of Shannon Simon as the last lap. Graphic needs to come off, thank you. So the winner in heat number 1 for the stock cars, best time of 19.542, is the 77 car of Paul Simon. He'll get the checkered flag now. Custom signs, Rimmers of Eternity, looking after him. Let's have a look at those results. So heat 1, stock cars, Paul Simon. In second, 948 Liam Squire. In third, 5D, Trezan Ryland Annabelle. In fourth, the 655 of Steve Thompson. In fifth, the 7 of Shannon Simon. In sixth, the 17 of Billy Greer. In seventh, the 56 of Rodney Andressen. In eighth, the 489 of Scott Casey. In ninth, the 78 of Bailey Mitchell. And in rounding out the top 10, we'll see the 37 of Zara Lee Tahura. And that was that. Only 10 cars, I didn't think. The last car actually finished at all.
At Wholesale Tyres in Whakatane.
Need truck tyres? Wholesale tyres. Good tyres, better prices, great people.
Who will take out race number 1? Only Dunedin cars here tonight. Obviously, there are a lot of the other tracks around the countryside racing tonight, including Woodford Glen, who have their fireworks night tonight. We've got ours next weekend, so make sure you front up next weekend for the fireworks if you've got nothing better to do. Why would you have anything better to do when Speedway's on? Let's get ready to rumble here for the Street Stocks, race number 1. To complete round number 1 here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Let's get ready to boogie. We're not boogieing. We're boogieing now. Let's go. 345, Ben Jenkins gets a cracker of a start. So does the 475 of Braden Adams as they start to sort themselves out. Bit of a puff of a blue smoke out of a couple of those cars. But 3-4-5, Ben Jenkins will open up that lead and head down the back straight, making his way up into turn 3 and 4. 475 of Braden Adams would bring up that second spot. Then the 555 of Mitch Lavender already up on the pace. Back behind them, we'll see the 118 car of Alan Finch now up into 4th spot. Those 3 cars having a great battle up the front though. Mitch Lavender having a wee sniff down the inside of the 475 of Braden Adams now, making their way up into 3 and 4. Oh, looks like he might have got a bit of an inside run, but Braden Adams has got him so far sorted out, as we've got another car here, the 118 car of Finch, to join them and make it a bit of a threesome for that 2nd, 3rd and 4th spot. Bit of a coming together between Finch and the car of Adams now, making their way up into 3 and 4. Ben Jenkins has opened up about 6 or 8 car lengths back to the 475 of Braden Adams. Back behind him, the 118 car of Finch there comfortably in 3rd spot. Then we go back to the 555 of Lavender, then the 29 of Shay McCarty as he makes his way up into 1 and 2, racing in the opposite direction now. So a bit of a gap back. Jenkins to Adams, opens up to nearly half a second, well, just over half a second now as they come across the start finish line. But the 475 looks like a bit of contact there for the 26 car. He's getting it sorted out, I think. Can't quite control the car, but the battle is up the front now. The 475 has caught up to Jenkins now as they make their way into 3 and 4, and going to give him a bit of a nudge here by the looks of things, coming out of 4 and across the start finish line. Lap traffic's going to get in the road in the form of the 46 car of Robert Ryder as they make their way up into 1 and 2. Wee bit of contact there with that car, the 7-2-3-2 car of Jake Barr. Can't quite get it under control. Look at this lineup of cars going into 3 and 4. Oh, there we go. A bit of a hit there. Looked like he was going to go over. Oh, there's one over. 555 Mitch Lavender. Oh, he got that thing well and truly airborne. The old front bumper was facing towards the gods, that's for sure. And he hopefully is all right over there. First rollover, I think, for the season for the street stocks. I actually thought that Ben Jenkins or the 475 of Braden Adams was going to go upside down. He's out of the car. He goes, oh damn, not again. A little bit wobbly. Hopefully nothing too major with the car. I think it's probably more so because it's so soft out there and they just dug in and that was it. Over he went. But the front of the nose of that car was definitely facing towards the heavens. He got quite a bit of height out of that. If that was at the Olympics, he would have got a 9.9 for that. You wouldn't know what winning is, Goop, so you just stay there, mate. That's when you go across the line in first spot. Have you ever had that before? You got a second, all right. Oh, that's good. So everybody's just going to try and push the car over and get it back on its wheels. But Mitch Lavender looks okay as he walks to the infield, holding on to a steering wheel. Very lonely man with a steering wheel and his helmet in the other hand. Once our friendly Speedway New Zealand officials have sorted it out, ready to go. Racing. Right, so where are we here? So the leader coming out of turn number 2, heading down the back straight, the 345 of Ben Jenkins has opened up quite a large lead now already over our second place car, which is 475 of Braden Adams. Adams has obviously dropped back a wee bit. We'll see that graphic change very shortly, and we should see Braden Adams. Actually, no, he's obviously still in the lead there. I've missed him. Here she is, right up there, just about 10 car lengths in front of Ben Jenkins. And we got to go back next to the 29 car now is our third place car, which is Shay McCarty, as they make their way across the start finish line to complete another lap. 3 to go in this very entertaining street stock race here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway, as 475 of Braden Adams makes his way up into turn 3 and 4. There's another one gone round, and that was Ben Jenkins that put that car around with the difficult number to read as he goes across the start finish line. What car was that? 732 Jake Barr was the car that got spun out there up between turn number 3 and 4 as the 475. He's got this should be the white flag lap, so checkered flag will come out for the 475 car of Braden Adams. He'll take race number 1 here for the street stocks. Back in that second spot will be the car of Ben Jenkins, and then the 29 of Shay McCarty back in that next spot there as we have a wee look as the rest of the field go across the start finish line now. There he is, the 475. Braden Adams takes the win with the best time of 20.311 in the street stocks. The mighty Falcon doing the job up the front there for Ben Jenkins. And we'll have a wee look at the results coming up now here. Braden Adams wins it in the big Ford. And then in second, 345, Ben Jenkins. Third was the 29 of Shay McCarty. Fourth was the 44 of Andrew Ketch. Fifth was the 88 of Caleb Marshall. Sixth was the 97 of Clay Marshall. Seventh was the 317D of Ben Bissett. Eighth was the 92 car of Jaden Cron. Ninth was the 363D of Regan Constable. 10th was the 26D of Tony Hillaby. 11th was the 4D of Deacon Borthwick. 12th was the 42 of Jared Constable. 13th was the 732 of Jake Barr. 14th was right bat up there on the battle for third was the 118 car of Alan Finch. 555 Mitchell Lavender obviously upside down, and Robert Ryder 46D didn't finish that race either. With 6 laps into his race, he had to park her up. So there we go, 475. Braden Adams, fantastic win. Good battle between him and the 345 of Ben Jenkins there for quite a bit. And then 475, Braden Adams taking it out for this one. Up next, that is round number 1 completed here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Round number 2 is going to be out very shortly. It will be the Mulford Holdings Youth Saloons that'll be up next. 27 will lead the head of the field on the inside, Noah Kiddo on the outside though. That's the car that sets the pace, and that is the 36 of Max Kemp. Your turn to do this race, Goobs. No? Oh.
No way.
No way? Oh, it was worth a go. I think it'll be entertaining for everybody at home, that's for sure. Right, let's go. Racing. Okay, let's see who gets the start this time round. Looks like the 36 has gone a little bit too wide, dropped 2 spots, so 27 car of Noah Kiddo will go out into the lead. Right up the diff is the 53 of Joshua Barlow Richardson. It's not the diff because it's a front wheel drive, but you know what I mean, as they make their way out of turn number 4 down the front straight. So they go across the start finish line. Lap number 1 completed here, and it is the 27 of Kiddo that leads it from the Barlow Richardson car. Come to join them as the 49 car of Caden Race. They were the 3 that were pretty much out in the front in that first race, and they'll come out of turn 3 and 4 battling it out. We go back quite a bit to our next place car, which is the 21 car of Jasmine Todd. Then we go back, looks like Robinson might have got past Jasmine Todd as they make their way. Oh, there's a yellow. There is a yellow. I can't see. Oh, there's a car parked up underneath me, which is why I couldn't see it, which is the 36 car. So that was the car that had, oh, there's a wee bit of crash there going on between the cars slowing down a wee bit. So the 36 car who was off the start, Max Kemp, obviously a bit of an issue there, and didn't quite get away, slowed right down, and obviously come to a stop right in the entrance to turn number 1. So the tow truck, Tomato, as they call that tow truck, will make their way out onto that and give that car a bit of a nudge, hopefully, and get them off and we can get racing. And it was a class that was actually started up down in the deep south of Riverside Speedway, and it's mounted its way up to here as well. So big fields, cheap way to get involved in motorsport with the kids, mum, dad, and everybody get a part of it as they make their way down the back straight. The greens dropped, obviously. The 27 car, Noah Kiddo, still has the 53 of Joshua Barlow Richardson and the 49 of Caden Race there as well. So it goes Dunedin and Invercargill as they come past us in the control tower. Another lap completed here. It will be 8 to go. And Kiddo's got 0.0152 of a second back to the second place car, 53 Barlow Richardson. But Caden Race is the one that's got the fastest lap so far. Hopefully we'll see that shortly. And makes his way across the start-finish line to complete their next lap. Kiddo just knocked out another fastest lap there, so hopefully we'll see that shortly with a 19.969. Noah Kiddo and the Honda. Fantastic job. Oh, look at these all over the place here as they make their way past us in the control tower. So now it's the 53 car that takes over the lead. Joshua Barlow Richardson from the 49 car. That is in second spot. Caden Race. Then we go back to 27 machine of Noah Kiddo, drops back to third and a little bit off the pace there now, about 5 or 6 back. And then in behind them we'll see the 97 car of Lockie Robinson. So Invercargill guys are really starting to perform here. Then we go back to the 89 of Hunter Glover. Righto, out of turn 3 and 4. 4 to go when they come across the line. Wee bit of a coming together. Look at these two. Side-by-side action here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. These youth are putting on a fantastic show, and it's the two Invercargill cars that are doing the damage up the front. It is, of course, the 53 of Joshua Barlow Richardson that holds them out. Good battle, 25.14 in lap 4 versus a 28.44. Lap 5 at 21.21 versus a 20.018. And lap 6 at 21.008 for 53 versus a 24.87. So in that graphic, we can see that Caden Race has got the fastest lap in the last 2 laps, leading into the one we're on now. So there'll be 2 to go after they come across the start-finish line this time round. Lap traffic is playing a big part here. Who's got the gap? Who's got the line? Looks like the 53 still got it sorted at the moment. So Joshua Barlow Richardson, or 49 Caden Race, has been held up by the 21 machine of Jasmine Todd. Has to be patient and wait. It will be the white flag this time round as they come across the start-finish line. Fantastic race for the Invercargillites as they make their way up into turn 1 and 2. 49, it is Joshua Barlow Richardson. Goes down the back straight. Not too many laps or corners left to go for him now. Round 3 and 4, Joshua. Fantastic drive, comes off 4. A little bit of lap traffic, backs off a wee bit as to not do any damage and crosses the line in first spot. Back in second, Caden Race. I've missed that. Caden Race won at 49 from 53 courses. Joshua Barlow Richardson, but there is the winner, Caden Race, 49. Fantastic run. So we just wait for the final result to come through. My apologies, I didn't see the 49 of Caden Race around the outside. But Caden Race will take it out 49i from the 53 of Joshua Barlow Richardson. Then third, 27, Noah Kiddo. Fourth, we'll see Lockie Robinson. Fifth, the 89 of Hunter Glover. Sixth is the 10 of Blake Fox Miller. Seventh was the 81 of Cooper Harvey. Eighth was the 24 of Dresden Constable. And ninth was the 7 of Aidan Heads. And 10th was the 59 of Kayan Green. And then we go back to 11th, 21 Jasmine Todd. 51 Brody Holly in 12th. 13 Imogen Knox in 13th. 38 of Lycan Cuff in 14th. 99D of Kate Howard in 15th. 634D of Maddie Stewart in 16th. And the final spot belonging to Max Kemp and the wee Toyota in the 36D car. Fantastic. Race on is what it is. Nothing but dirt photography. 49 car. Caden Race takes out heat number 2 for the Mulford Holdings Youth Saloons. Coming up next on the dummy grid is the Civil Construction Sprint Cars, the South Island Sprint Car Series. Up next here at Beachlands Speedway. Back soon. Start pushing them away. So we can see Josh Buchanan's out there now, so he's obviously going to have to stop pretty much. I think he might start off the rear of the field, but we'll get some grids up very shortly. Righto, this is 2023 Southern Sprint Car Series, round number 2, brought to us by Civil Constructions. Here's the grid for this one. So 21 is Shania Stronach, bit of a mistake there. In P2, it's 95C, Caleb Bourne. In P3, the 16 of Matt Anderson from Cromwell. And P4, 96I, Ross McKinnell. Then we go back to P5, the 98T of Adam Evans. Then we go back P6 to the 55 of Dean Miller. P7, it's 95, Caleb Bourne. What's going on here? We've got two 95s. Oh, 95T, sorry, it was. 95T was Fidu Taiwa, starting off row number 2. And then we go back to the 14 car of John Severite. And I think that's it, isn't it? Any more on that grid? No, that's us. 21 on the inside, 95 Fidu Taiwa, no. Josh Buchanan is pulled to the infield. Not having a good day here at Custom Science Beachlands Speedway. Parks it up. Let's go racing with the rest of the sprint cars. And away we go. So 21 Shania Stronach gets off to a good start now. 16 Matt Anderson will follow her around as they start getting the power down, heading down the back straight. And looks like we've got the 16 car. Matt Anderson just about spun out, manages to get it back and get himself back on the track again. 98 Adam Adams back there in that third spot. Those 2, 3 have opened up about 4 or 5. 95 Caleb Bourne ducks down the inside of the 95 car of Fidu Taiwa. Looks like John Severite's gone right round and done a big wheel stand there right in turn 3 and 4. That'll bring out a yellow because he's right in the road there. Ross McKinnell, the high machine, 55K's bakery car of Dean Miller. And then we go back to the Pro Bend 14 car of John Severite. Let's go green again. Making their way up to turn 1 and 2. 21 Shania Stronach opens up a bit of a break back to the 16 car of Matt Anderson. Flying into turn 3 and 4 they go. 98 Adam Evans is there as well. Looks like the 95 car of Caleb Bourne cleared the Fidu Taiwa machine as quick as he possibly could now, hunting down the 98 car of Adam Evans as he makes his way down the back straight now. Back behind them, Fidu Taiwa, and then we've got Ross McKinnell, Dean Miller and John Severite bringing up the tail end of the field. The battle's on for those front 3 places. 21 Stronach from 16 Matt Anderson. Stronach's keeping it nice and smooth as she makes her way up into turn 3 and 4 now. Back behind her we'll see the 16 car of Matt Anderson, who's been caught up by the 98 car of Adam Evans. Evans not quite taking the right line coming out of turn 1 and 2, and that allows the 95 car of Caleb Bourne an opportunity right up behind, sniffing the diff of the 98 car as they make their way up into 1 and 2. 5 to go for our lead car. 21 Shania Stronach into 3 and 4 she will go. She's got about 4 or 5 back to the 16 car of Matt Anderson. And behind Anderson a bit of a gap back, maybe 2 to the 98. Shania's gone right round, and she's blowing what was a good lead now, and that'll bring another yellow out. Coming out of turn 2, she just got a little bit loose and she just went right round. So all that hard work that she did with about 3 laps left to go has all been unstuck now, which inherit is the lead to the 16 car of Matt Anderson. Wow, what a bummer for her. The Anderton Decorators sponsored 21 car of Shania Stronach. 16 Matt Anderson from the 98 of Mark Evans. 95 Ray Bourne. 95 again T though, it's Fidu Taiwa. And then 96 McKinnell, 55 Dean Miller and 14 John Severite. Let's boogie. Righto, 98 Adam Evans having a wee bit of a challenge in the Hydrolink car, making his way into turn 2 but didn't make it stick at the moment. Here comes the 95 of Caleb Bourne as they come off turn number 4 now. Nicely evened out these 3 cars up the front, and looks like the 95 of Caleb Bourne's looking up at the high line, trying to get it a bit closer to the 98 car of Adam Evans as he makes his way out of turn 4 into the front straight. It's a 3-horse race at the moment. 16 Anderson from 98, Adam Evans. 95, it is Caleb Bourne. Then a big gap back to the 95 car of Fidu Taiwa, and behind him the 96 of Ross McKinnell. Then we go back to the K's 55 car of Dean Miller, and 14 the Pro Bend car of John Severite. Up the front going into turn 3 and 4 we go. This is the last lap. This is the checkered flag coming up now, and it will be coming out for the 16 car of Matt Anderson from the 98 car of Adam Evans. Then we go back to the 95 of Caleb Bourne. Then, of course, it will be 95 Whitu Taiwa from 96 Ross McKinnell, and then it will be the 55 of Miller and John Severide. There we go. The winner graphic comes up, and it was, of course, the car of 16 Matt Anderson that took the win. 14.219, and we just learned earlier on that the fastest lap ever around here at the Beachlands Speedway was Conarangi. It was a late 13, so a wee bit off the pace for lap records at the moment anyway. In second, the 98 of Adam Evans. In third, 95 Caleb Bourne. In fourth, the 95 of Whitu Taiwa. In fifth, the 96 of Ross McKinnell. In sixth, the 55 of Dean Miller. In seventh, the 14 of John Severide. And a couple of DNFs there once again to the Shania Stronach in the 21 car and also the 43. And he's just having an absolute crap of a day. The 43, the Jesco Hydraulics sponsored machine of Josh Buchanan. Bit of a shame, really. There he is. 16, Matt Anderson, lives, I think he's a local here, contracts to the Cromwell Club, and a fantastic win from him. He would have been hell-bent to sort out with Shania Stronach, and a bit of luck come his way. You can see that that car is actually, that left rear is on an angle, looking for us even up in the air. So it's, I would say she's definitely broken something in behind there. What do you reckon, broken, Goobs?
I'm not sure, I really can't see from here, but it doesn't look very good, does it?
No, it's on, if you're looking from our position, and most people can't see this, it's almost like it's broken a diff, almost, doesn't it? Look like it's, that type of injury. Just depends on what the other side looks like, I suppose. If it's down and that one side's up, it might be something as simple as that.
It's
but
on the wrong angle,
we might get Stiffy down there if he's floating around. Stiff, go and have a...
Technical Welding Services Hamilton are specialists in the transit concrete mixer industry. From chassis drop-off to a full working concrete mixing, the team will take care of the job from start to finish. Full engineering services and general sheet metal work can also be undertaken. Need a quote? Call 07 847 2031 or visit our website www.techweld.nz. Technical Welding Services Hamilton, we are the experts.
Okay, next up tonight, second round, second race for our guys in the ARC fabrication of diesel production saloons. 10 laps for these guys. They reckon a torsion's gone. And coming up soon is the ARB 4x4 fabrication saloons. 10 laps for those guys. So a torsion, they reckon, in the car of Shania Stronach. So we're going to get Stiffy over there, but he broke the camera, so we're going to go and sort that out. It's the 51, looks like Stephen Nicholas from Cromwell. As they go green straight away, no mucking around here. Up and underway and racing we go. So it is the 87 machine that leads them coming out of turn 2. Olivia Glover on the outside, 66 of Gavin Hurring trying to go around the outside. Back in third spot, the 94 of Ricky Pilley brings up that spot as we look for the 5, looking like the 51, looking to go around the outside of all those guys as they make their way up into turn 1 and 2 now. 87 leads 66, then 94, 51, and the 4 car there as well of Kahu Moxham, who did a pretty good job in the first race, starting to make his way up through the field now and puts himself up into that 4th spot as they come into the front straight and clock down another lap with 8 to go now. And the 87 machine, Olivia Glover, leads them about 2 or 3 back. We'll see our next place car, the 66. That's Gavin Hurring being harassed a little bit down the inside by the 94 of Ricky Pilley. And then we go back to Kahu Moxham and round the outside, trying to go around the outside of him is the 90 car, it would be the 51 car of Stephen Nicholas as he comes off turn number 2. Back behind them we'll see the 33 of Aaron Brooklyn, and then the 48 of Tyler Kalk did a fantastic run, those two cars in the last race as they come off turn number 4 now. Wee bit of pushing and shoving going on for those minor places, and it's still, though, the 87 car opened up about 10 over the next place car, which is the 66 of Gavin Hurring. Kahu Moxham now makes his way up into that 3rd spot, having a great battle with the 94 car of Ricky Pilley now as they come off turn number 4, and it looks like Kahu's going to push him wide. Can't quite get down the inside, but definitely got the line going into 1 and 2 now. Looks like, though, Kahu might have got that spot now, starts to work on the 66 machine of Gavin Hurring with 5 left to go as they come out of turn number 4 now. Fastest lap, 19.672, set by the 87 car and the lead car, and that, of course, is Olivia Glover. Fantastic job up the front there at the moment. Has Olivia, 26, come to a bit of grief there. That's Gareth Cayley, and rejoins the field. And it looks like 761 Cassie Campbell had to do what she had to do to slam on the brakes and avoid any sort of contact. As that battle for 2nd, 3rd and 4th is where it's at the moment. 87's clocked out, but the 66, 94, Kahu Moxham a little bit messy coming off turn number 2, making their way up into turn 3 and 4 now. Look at this battle lined up. They're all fighting for that 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th position, and it looks like it's still the 66 doing enough to hold out the car of 4 Kahu Moxham. Moxham goes up pretty much the same line as they head down the back straight. Should be 1 to go. White flag will come out this time round. 16 goes to the infield with a flat tyre. That's Josh Dowden, but unfortunate for them. But there we go. 1 to go for the 87 machine of Olivia Glover. Really checked out pretty much the length of the back straight. Look at this 33 Brooklyn down the inside of Moxham. That was a fantastic run. And they're looking to go up between turn 3 and 4. No denying who's won it, but this is the battle. This is the one. Who's going to get second? Oh, a bit of contact there. And it looks like it will be Brooklyn. Might have done enough to get there into that 2nd spot. We'll have a look at the official results soon. But there's our winner, the 87 car, Olivia Glover. Best time, 19.463 in the Mitzi. A wee Mitzi FTO. And what a fantastic job that car did to get across the line in 1st spot. Fantastic drive. Here come the results. Right now, it is Olivia Glover 1st in the Mitzi. 66, Gavin Hurring did enough to get in 2nd spot in the Toyota. Then 33, Aaron Brooklyn in the Mazda. And then the 4i car got 4th, Kahu Moxham in the Honda from Invercargill. In 5th, the 48 of Tyler Kalk in the Honda. In 6th, the 94 of Ricky Pilley from in the Mitzi, and then the 7, the 51 Stephen Nicholas from in the Honda, and then the 8 of Lucy Greer. Got 8th in the 13 car in the Honda, and then the 9th place car 27 Liam Ballantyne, and 10th was the 78 of Daniel Tom in his Honda. And then we went back 11th Cody Dennison in the 95 car. A wee Mazda, and 12th was the 26 of Gareth Cayley, had a bit of it off there, managed to recover and put the Honda back in that 12th spot. 13th was the 61 of Max Fleet in the wee Subaru. 14th was the 23 of Maya Johnson in the Honda. 15th was the 7 of Brian Wilson in the Mazda. 16th was the 761, also had a bit of a altercation with the car there later in the stages of the race in the wee Honda. And rounding out that last spot, 16, Josh Dowden in the Honda as well. 19.463 for that car on screen now. That is Liv for the 87 machine, PG Engineering. It's the wee Mitchie FTO. It done the job. Back real soon here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Actually, you know, we're going to go and have a wee interview. I think Stiffy's down there with Shannara Stronach. Tell us what happened, Stiff. I'll let Shannara do that. But hey, you were going and then you weren't. What happened?
So basically it just stripped the thread on the torsion arm at the back, so when I went around that corner it just gave out and sent me in a spin and couldn't carry on after that. So the guys are fixing it, so hopefully we'll be back out.
Did you feel something before the car spun out? It looked like as you were going around that previous lap, the whole left-hand side of the car had kind of dumped down.
Yeah, I think that halfway through the race it started to strip or whatever, and I found that it was just leaning down a lot. So I thought the shock might have given out, but yeah, it was obviously the torsion arm.
I'm surprised you're actually here. You've been so busy floating all around the world and doing all the big OE stuff with the boss over there, the man over there. It's been quite enjoyable. You're back. You feel good to be back in New Zealand, back at home?
Yeah, I mean, I do love it overseas, but it's always good to come home. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, bloody oath. Well, Shannara, all good. Best of luck for the rest of the night. Hopefully we get to talk to you a little later on, eh?
Before you go, Steffi.
Southland Gym, see what you can do here tonight.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Righto, so Stefan, what are you at? So what's happening down in the pits there? Is there much going on with the sprint cars and stuff, or everybody's pretty happy?
Oh, I tell you what, there's a bit of stuff going on down here with the sprint cars. Gasman, Steve Duff, having a few issues with his car. Obviously, Shannara's got a few issues that she's got to fix up with his car. Josh Buchanan, he's just going to keep starting off the back for the rest of the night.
Did they find out what was wrong with it though, Steph?
Yeah, it's something to do with the oil pressure in that car.
Is it a gauge or is it possibly the engine?
I think it's the engine, yeah. That's why they're just coming out, parking it up in the middle, leaving it idling, and then bringing it back in.
That's no good, eh? What else is happening in other classes here? We got a bit going on in the pits. I see a wee bit of damage to young Mitch Lavender's car, but are they going to get that back out, or is that it for him for the night?
That's definitely it for him for the night. It's also for him as well. He's quite sore. The car's definitely second hand. The roof's all caved in, bonnet's all caved in, roll cage is bent. So a lot of damage to that car.
All right, mate. Hey, thanks very much. Keep us informed of what's happening in the pits. Go wipe that lens, would you, mate? It's terrible.
Roger that.
There we go. That's, of course, Stiffy down there. Now, a lot of people say, why do we call him Stiffy? And it's not for the reasons that you think he's called Stiffy. His nickname is Stiffy. When he was a young kid, he loved to put hairspray and hair gel in his hair, and literally he used to have it that stiff that you could stick him upside down and stick him in the lawn and he'd stay there. So that's why he's got the nickname Stiffy. For all those dirty-minded people out there, sorry to ruin that story for you, but that's pretty much how it all come about. So Saloons are up on track now. So yeah, I wonder how B-Mac got his name. Maybe he got stung by a bee and he looks like a Mack truck. I don't know. Anyway, Saloons are up next. And where these guys are sponsored tonight by ARB. 10 laps is the distance for these guys. And Stu Miller, the 10D car, he's the man that's off the front. On his outside, Mark Newell had a fantastic run in that last race. He'll be the next one there. But let's do it. Let's go and race it in the dirt. 96 Mark Newell, fantastic wee start for him. Looks like though the 98 car, the Pro X car of Blair Finlay, starting to settle into his work now. Back behind him, the 57 car of Aaron Andrews makes his way out of turn 4, and he's put himself into that third spot. Let's see whether the old school Hypermac can get round the Pro X as they make their way down the back straight. I do believe that car of Mark Newell's is actually a love lady, so an old Chevy love lady there. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on as he makes his way across the start-finish line, and he'll have 8 to go now. Back behind him, the Pro X car of 98, Blair Finlay, is in second spot. Fastest lap, 16.936 by Mark Newell, and the older car, but he's doing the job up the front there. Back behind them, it is still Aaron Andrews, and we go one spot back to the 10D. Now, looks like Aaron Andrews might have just broke that last lap record there with a 16.841, so the big Mustang has definitely got the speed. It's whether he can get past that 98 car of Blair Finlay now as they make their way up into turn 1 and 2, and they'll just about have 6 to go now. Blair Finlay having a wee look down the inside of Mark Newell coming off turn number 2. 57 Aaron Andrews still back in third spot, then a bit of a gap back to the 10 car of Stu Miller. He's a wee bit off the pace. It's those front 3 that are doing the battle at the moment as they make their way up into turn 2. There's the differences there for those people at home. It's only a 0.464 of a second between first and second, and then another 0.9 of a second back to that third place car. The battle is on for first. Newell leads Finlay. Then we go back to Andrews. Andrews a little bit into the side there of the 98 car, making it difficult. Lap traffic's become a bit of a factor here in the form of the 74 car of Andrew Hutton. So he's just got a bit of a sandwich there coming off turn number 4 now. Here comes Aaron Andrews Can he get up behind the car of 96 Mark Newell? And he'll only have a couple of laps to do it in. He's up beside him now, coming off turn 2, heading down the back straight. 96 Mark Newell, 57 Aaron Andrews. Has Aaron Andrews got it in the tank to do the job? Gets down nice and low, comes off turn 4. 2 laps to go, folks, as they go across the start-finish line. He's up between 1 and 2 now, making his way down the back straight. Blair Finlay's backed off a wee bit. Stu Miller, and then we've got the 8 car who's starting to come into the play as well. That's Travis Smith now across the start-finish line. 1 lap to go. Can Aaron Andrews get the mighty Mustang down the inside of the 96 car of Mark Newell? He's only got 2 turns to do it in. They're up to turn 3 and 4. Newell from Andrews. Here comes Finlay with a bit of a late charge here. Let's see who gets it. Checkered flags waving. It will be the car of 96 Mark Newell in the old Chevy. He'll do the job. From 57 Aaron Andrews, 98 Blair Finlay, 10 Stu Miller, 8 Travis Smith. And back behind them, a wee battle going on between those minor placings there, with the 74 of Andrew Hutton and the 11 car of Paul Carr, 21 car of Calvin Todd, and the 77 machine of Brodie Finlay. There we go, folks. The official results up on screen now for those at home. Mark Newell, fastest lap was not his. It was, in fact, the car back in second spot. Aaron Andrews, 16.841 versus a 16.858. Back in third, 98 Blair Finlay. Then fourth to 10 of Stu Miller. 5th the 8 of Travis Smith, 6th the 11 of Paul Carr, 7th the 21 of Calvin Todd, 8th the 77 of Brodie Finlay, and rounding out the field in 9th spot, it is the 74 car of Andrew Hutton. Fantastic job for Mark Newell in that 96 car. He just goes from strength to strength, and that's another guy that just works on a wage, that just plugs away, does a fantastic job out there, loves his racing, tries to do what he can. Doesn't have the budgets to go and do all the big New Zealand titles, but he's a real contender at home, and you can see that with some fantastic cars. Great to see a good couple of new cars here. 98 Blair Finlay, that machine's looking pretty sharp, along with the 8 car of Travis Smith, and I think Travis there with the Hypermac. Stock cars lined up ready to go for their second race of the night. Fantastic race from them in the first one. Wee bit of argy-bargy, nothing too major, as we see the clerk of the course come off the track and hands it over to those guys. Let's get ready to race here. Race number 2 for stock cars. Brought to us by Rumours of Eternity. Let's do it in the dirt here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. And it's the hammer down. Who's got it? Tomo gets a good start. Trazan I hate his name. Ryland Annabelle gets up into that lead spot. 948 car of Liam Squire back in second. The 7 machine, Shannon Simon, got spun himself out actually. So that was the O-doing. As Trazan, Ryland Annabelle goes up into that first spot, opens up a bit of a gap. 655 Steve Thompson's had a lot of speed so far for the opening couple of meetings here. We come down to Riverside Speedway and they actually chucked him on the trailer, but he was definitely showing some bloody good speed, so he is up into that second spot at the moment, but he's getting hammered a little bit by the car of 77 Paul Simon, who was the winner of our first race. Back behind them we'll see the 948 car of Liam Squire, remembering Liam's got a brand spanking new Rob race car, so he'll be just running that thing in. It was only finished this week. So he's already ducking down the inside of Paul Simon, trying to take over that second spot as Trazan, Ryland, Annabelle up into that first spot. Opened up about 8 or 10 back to the 77 car of Paul Simon. About 2 back, 948. Liam Squire next, and then about half a length back to the 655 car of Steve Thompson, who's doing a pretty damn good job out there. Back behind him, we'll see the 78 of Bailey Mitchell, and then we go back to Billy Greer in the next place car, which is the 17D, and then the 489 car of Scott Casey, and rounding out, well actually it was of course the 7 car of Shannon Simon has now gone up to that second to last spot, and Casey drops back to that final spot, as we see a good battle on the screen here between Thompson and the 948 car of Squire. Squire puts the bumper into the left rear of that machine, tries to get him up into the wall, can't quite get it to go round, but here comes the 77 car of Paul Simon. He had a wee bit of a sniff there, and he's got the inside line as the battle there for a second between Thompson, Squire, and of course Mitchell. Great battle. Look at the 655 there as well. Looks like the 77 car Paul Simon. He's just waiting for the right opportunity to put the bumper into the 948 car of Liam Squire. Now he's going to duck down the inside and comes off that turn 4 looking pretty good with 3 to go now. Still our leader. He's opened up a rather large gap, 3/4 of a length to the back straight. Trezan Ryland Annabelle has opened it up quite significantly now to the 655 car of Steve Thompson. Thompson there hanging on just. He's actually, I think, in second spot. And then the 77 car, Paul Simon. It should be just about the white flag lap next time round for our lead car, who's up into turn 3 and 4 already. 78 car pulls to the infield, Bailey Mitchell, as we've got 1 to go. White flag comes out for the 5 of Trezan Ryland Annabelle as he makes his way down the back straight, and he's got a really good lead on the rest of the field here. 655 Steve Thompson has got 77 of Paul Simon breathing down on him. A bit of a late under brakes. Let's see if we can give him a bit of a snot. He does, but whether he makes it stick or not, we're not sure. But the checkered flag drops for the 5 of Trezan Ryland Annabelle. Back in second spot will be the 655 of Steve Thompson. Had a bit of attention from the 77 car, who was in third spot going into turn 3 and 4 of Paul Simon. And there we go. So the 5 car of Trezan Ryland Annabelle takes the win in his car. And they're trying to get the graphic to come up, and he did it in a best lap of 19.536. Waiting for the checkered flag, waiting for the final result to come up. So Trezan Ryland Annabelle was the first place car. Back in second, 655 Steve Thompson. In third, 77 Paul Simon. Fourth, the 948 of Liam Squire. In fifth, the 7 of Shannon Simon. In sixth, the 17 of Billy Greer. In seventh, the 489 of Scott Casey. And rounding out that last was the 78 of Bailey Mitchell. Just out of interest there, Paul Simon ended up with the fastest lap with a 19.166 back in third spot. There we go. That is the stock cars, and they are brought to us by Rumours of Eternity. Coming up next, we will see the Quality Tints Street Stocks. 10 laps up next here at Beachlands Speedway, the Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway.
Are you building a new commercial business or home? Or is it time that your existing premises had a repaint anywhere in the South Island? Then Anderton Decorators have you covered. From floor to ceiling, wall to roof, Anderton Decorators offer the latest techniques, equipment and technology to make even the hardest tasks seem simple. Anderton Decorators also has the expert team to take the frustration out of your next project. Call Shane today on 027 Painting. That's 027 724 6846. Anderton Decorators. We have you covered.
So everybody reckons that Goop should do a commentary, so let's do that. You're up, mate. It's all yours.
Yeah, I'm good.
No, you're up. I'm going to turn my microphone off. Good luck with the street style. Yeah, I'll give you the field.
I don't think we're far away from the start. No, this is not happening.
Come on.
No. What? Wait. What? Hurry up, do it.
No, I don't want to do it. It's yours. Everybody at home wants to hear you, mate. I'm going to play the snake game on my phone.
I know, we're away. Jason, hurry up.
Well, everybody wants to hear you commentate. Nobody loves me.
Well, so we've got 118 coming down the main straight. Number 29 right behind him. And 3, 4, 5 in third place. It's quite awkward, this job, isn't it?
Everybody's an expert, mate. Better up, brother.
And we're still doing it. Oh, number 88's spun up on turn 3 and 4. We should have... No, we haven't. We're still doing it. Jason, hurry up. Hurry up. I've given up on this job now. Hurry up.
Right, your family have just told me to get you off the microphone. You're embarrassing. Right, so let's get up there. 5 to go here. And it is the 118 car of Alan Finch that leads the charge. A couple of seconds back, we'll see the 475. Looks like the 4 just come off there. 4D backing it up. That's, of course, the car of Deacon Borthwick. I'm not sure what's happened to him. 44 also to the infield. And that is the car of Andrew Keach. So the 118, nice couple of moves up the inside of a bit of the lap traffics there as he makes his way up into turn 3 and 4. Wee bit of a bumper going in there to push that car out of the road in the form of, looks like it's the 92 car of Drayden Cron as he goes across the start finish line. And it is, of course, the car of 118 that leads the charge. Goes down, oh, somebody's hit the wall there. That's the 88 machine of Caleb Marshall. He's given a wee bit of a nudge up, wee bit of contact over up between turn 3 and 4 as well. Looks like it's the 317, I think there's the car there, of Ben Bissett, and I can't quite make out the number. It might be the 732 car of Jake Barr. Those two have had a bit of a coming together as we've got 2 to go for the 118 car of Alan Finch, and behind him 475 Braden Adams, then the 345 car of Ben Jenkins. 29 it is Shane McCarty would be in that next spot now. Let's have a look and see where our winner is. He goes, well, our lead car is, he goes across the start finish line. He's got 1 to go, bit of lap traffic there to contend with, but he's not been challenged. The second place car is pretty much 3/4 of a back, straight back in that second spot as we see the 118 come round now off turn 4. Here comes the checkered flag, drops for the 118 car of Finch. Back in second spot, the 475 car of Braden Adams, and then a bit of a scrap there for all those little minor places. 345 Ben Jenkins in third, and then I think we'll see the 88 machine of no, he's back down a lap, so it might be the 29 machine of Shane McCarty. So the winner for heat number 2 for the street stocks in a best time of 19.789, it is the 118 car of Finch and the big mighty Falcon. He will take out that position. Here comes the official results for this race number 2, and it is the 118 car of Alan Finch, then the 475 Braden Adams, 345 Ben Jenkins, 29 Shane McCarty, and I actually thought that was a spelling mistake, but that's actually how you spell his name. There you go. And then 597D Clay Marshall, 44 Andrew Keach, 92 Jaden Cron, 26 Tony Hillaby, 317D Ben Bissett, and the 363 car of Regan Constable back there in 10th. 11th 42 Jarrett Constable, 88 Caleb Marshall in 12th. 13th the 732 of Jake Barr, having a wee battle further down the field on the Holden. And then we had 14th 46 of Robert Ryder, and the DNF there for the 4 car of Deacon Borthwick. So the Holden not quite finishing the race there, but there he is, the 118 machine with the checkered flag flying high. He'll be happy about that. South Otago towing, looking after him. A nicely presented wee Falcon there. I think Fords were about the first 5 or 6 places there, which is quite good. Man of many words, man.
And the Ford Laser and the
Yep.
front of it.
Yeah, there's some pretty cool cars floating around, but those ones there that you can see, that 53 machine of Joshua Barlow Richardson, he's definitely been one to watch tonight, as has the 49 of Caden Race, winner of the last race. And the Invercargill guys performing pretty good here, but just remember, some of these guys are pretty much brand new to this class, and I guarantee you by the end of the season they'll all be battling it out. There's been some good battles going on, and the pick of the bunch, I think, for the Dunedin guys has been the 27 machine of Noah Kiddo, up there or thereabouts on the pace as well. So be interesting to see how Noah can get through some of that lap traffic as we wait for the green to go. It's dropped now. Let's go racing for the Youth Saloons. The final round here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. The 99 car gets off to not a bad start, but there goes 49 Caden Race right round the outside. Here comes that 27, as I said before. He's also got, there's a bit of contact going on there. Looks like the 89 machine of Hunter Glover. Will that bring out a yellow? I'm not sure, but they're still racing at the moment. And Caden Race is the one that's doing. There goes the yellow. There goes the yellow. So don't think there was one completed lap there, Goobs, so they might have to go back to the original starting positions, and of course that is the rules with Speedway New Zealand. If you don't complete one lap, then it's a complete restart on the grid, so they'll line up the way they were. So that's probably a little bit more beneficial to the car that's spun out, but however they've gone to the infield. So the 89 machine parked up there. Green, let's go. Right, so it was a complete restart, and it is the 53 car that's got the better start this time. That is, of course, Joshua Barlow Richardson from AOT Electric Riverside Speedway. Makes his way down the back straight. He's got it going on. The two Invercargill cars, 49 machine. That's Caden Race back in second. The 36 car also on a bit of a charge here. Max Kemp, where's our 27 machine? And that's Noah Kiddo. He must be floating there or thereabouts. Not quite on the pace this time round. He must be in the infield. He is indeed. He's actually pulled to the infield, the 27 car. That was probably one of the fastest ones from the Dunedin team. As we see the two Invercargill cars check out. No, he's not. He's right up there. The 27 car got a wee bit of work to do right from the rear of the field now, as we see the two Invercargill cars battling it out. Joshua Barlow Richardson, he is up in the lead. Right up his snout is the 49 car of Caden Race, now making their way up into turn 3 and 4. Big gap back, half the length to the back straight, back to the 36 car of Max Kemp, about the same distance back to the rest of the field. But the race is on up the front. 19.175 for Caden Race now, as he is the fastest car back in that second spot. But Joshua Barlow Richardson's got a wee bit of a gap, probably about 2 car lengths back to that car now. Not much between them though, as we see the graphic come up there for the battle for first. 10D a little bit too wide there, coming off turn number 2. That's Blake Fox Miller as he makes his way down the back straight now. But those lead cars, they're ploughing through the lap traffic. And here comes 49 Caden Race, has a wee sniff down the inside. Wee bit of contact. Somebody just obviously hits up the wall or something, felt a wee vibration up here in the control tower. Must have been you, Goobs. Righto, so we're looking for our front-running car. It is, of course, the guys. There's 27. He's doing a good job of making his way up through the field. 27. He started right down the back, Noah Kiddo, and starting to make his way up. But those other guys, they've just checked out. And they're really having a good battle up the front there. They come across the start-finish line. 53. Got 3 laps to go, 4 laps to go. Somebody's parked up over on the wall there. That's the 89 machine. That should bring out a yellow. There it is there. So 89, not sure what happened to the 89. Hunter Glover got going again though, just probably wanted to wait to get the ability to go to the inside. Wee bit of smoke coming from that right front, so I'd say it's hit the wall. Looks a bit sad. Looks like it's done a tyre in. Dropped its bottom lip like you, Goobs. Well, I'm not sure what the delay is here. A couple of cars into the infield now. Do you see what the delay is, Goober?
No, I can't see too much from here. We're away.
We're green now though. Right, let's see these two battling it out. Up between turn 1 and 2, 53 versus 49. Joshua Barlow Richardson, Caden Race. That's where the race is. 36. Max Kemp's not quite up on the pace at the moment, but not too far away either, as we look for our next place car, which would be the car of, well, that's all up the screw, isn't it? There we go, it's all updated now. As we look for 53, 49, down the back straight. 4 to go is what it's saying here on the MyLap's system, 36 back in third spot. That's the car of Max Kemp. Then we go back quite a way to the 13 car of Imogen Knox, who's done a fantastic job of getting that 13 machine up there and going as well. So it should be 2 to go, 3 to go. Down the back straight they go, 53. Race has got the fastest lap at the moment still though, back in that second spot, just waiting for that opportunity, waiting for the 53 to make a mistake, and this might be where the mistake is, as I have a look down the inside, going up to 1 and 2, not quite. Out of Paul McDonald Earth Moving Limited, turn number 1 and 2, into the Lammermoor station, turn 3 and 4. Nothing between these two. 13D, Imogen Knox now up into that third spot. Oh, there's a bit of a pile-up going on here. What in the flaming heck is going on? They're all 81, 10. Everybody's sort of had a bit of a coming together. And Barlow's just checked out and gone. See you later, Caden Race. Held up with some lap traffic. And it is going to be a checkered flag out this time round for the 53 car of Joshua Barlow Richardson. Took the right gap at the right time in second spot. Quite a way back now will be Caden Race in that next place machine in the 49 car. Wow, that's what happens with lap traffic, Goobs. She just gets a little bit of hectic in there and everybody's slamming on brakes and, you know, nobody wants to bash into each other, and unfortunately, yeah.
Yes, it does turn fairly ugly, doesn't it?
Righto, folks, here we go. There's the winning car, 53, Joshua Barlow Richardson. And he did a fastest lap at 19.382. Not the fastest car on the track, though. 49, Caden Race gets that honour with a 19.175. Back in third, 97, Lockie Robertson. Fourth, 13D, Imogen Knox. Fifth, the 21 of Jasmine Todd Nasubi. Sixth was the 27D of Noah Kiddo. Seventh was a 70 of Aiden Heads. Eighth, the 51 of Brody Holly. Ninth was a 10 of Blake Fox Miller. 10th was a 24 of Dresden. She flicked it over too quick for me. And 11th was 99 Kate Howard. And that was Dresden Constable, by the way. And 12th was the 38 of Lycan Cuff. 13 was the 36 of Max Kemp. 14, 89 Hunter Glover. 15th, 634 D. Matty Stewart. 16th, 81 Cooper Harvey. And the final spot belonging to Kane Green. Fastest lap, 19.175. Caden Race. There we go. That is that. Righto. Sprint cars up next. Sprint cars are brought to us by Civil Construction. It is the Southern Sprint Car Series. Heat number 3. Might get some grids if we're lucky. Shannara's back out, so whatever the problem was with the car, they got it sorted out. So this is C versus B. Heat 3, 43 car of Josh Buchanan will start from up the front. Probably deserves to. He's had a bit of a crap night. P2, the 95 of Caleb Bourne in the Avon Insurance Brokers car. P3 will be the 15 Concut car of Steve Duff Jr. P4 is the 98, the Hydrolink car of Adam Evans. Good run out last time round. P5, the 88 car of Jason Scott, the Edge Parts and Performance machine. In P6, the 16 Matt Anderson and the Penrite machine. And the 21 car of the Anderton Decorators and Southern Mechanical. It is Shania Stronach. Good to see her back out again, ready to battle it out.
Yeah. But Adam is a good peddler, though, Adam Evans.
Absolutely. Hydrolink, his old man, of course, Mark Evans, was running around on this tracks when just about you were in nappies there, Goobs. Right, let's go racing. Who's got it going into turn 1 and 2? It is the 95 car of Caleb Bourne. He'll ping off turn number 2, head down the back straight. Jason Scott working on the 16 car of Matt Anderson. Can't make that stick just yet. Josh Buchanan's done some laps in anger as he makes his way past us in the control tower, and he'll complete lap number 2 a little bit sideways, lifts the front up. Oh, he's struggling to get around that turn though, and that allows the 98 car of Adam Evans a nice inside run and puts himself up into second spot. Josh Buchanan's going to try. Oh, who's gone round there? It is Steve Duff Jr. He took out 16 Matt Anderson, and I think 88 Jason Scott as well. Turn 4 is where that action happened. I'm really stuffed off that the replay's not working for you folks at home tonight, but we'll have it fixed by tomorrow morning. 95 Born, the Avon Insurance Brokers BMG sponsored machine makes his way out off turn number 2. 43 Josh Buchanan has been put back into that second spot, obviously because it goes back to the lap prior to the incident, that 15 Steve Duff Jr. when he spun out slightly. 98 Mark Evans in third. 15 Steve Duff Jr. Then 16 Matt Anderson. 88 Jason Scott. 21 Shania Stronach. Let's do it. Let's go. Green has dropped. 95 checks out, already opens up, geez, about 8-9 car lengths back to the 43 car of Josh Buchanan, but Buchanan will be just happy to do some laps. Oh, Jason Scott's gone into the wall. He has gone into the wall in turn number 3. He just did not turn, the car went straight ahead, and that's all she wrote, team. So obviously there might have been a bit of damage. He must have broken a tie rod or something was bent in that car, and he just did not turn straight ahead. Who's your daddy? Right into the wall he went. So, a wee bit of work for his pit crew to do. Let's go. Righto, so up into turn 1 and 2 we go. 95 Caleb Orr. Look at the wheel walk from the 43 machine of Josh Buchanan. Fantastic little display there of raw horsepower. Oh, we got Matt Anderson going around. She's all going here. He's got going again though, so that's all right. So it is Born from Josh Buchanan. He made a bit of a mistake coming out of 2. They're all struggling to get round that turn 3 and 4. As you can see, Adam Evans here has just lost a spot, just about lost a spot to the 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. 21 Shania Stronach and 16 Matt Anderson right at the tail end of the field. Bourne leads them going up. He's got a fastest lap. I'd like to know what that is one day as he heads down the back straight. The BMG car, he did a 14.055, so that speed, there's nothing wrong with that track when you're doing those sorts of laps here at the Custom Science Beachlands Speedway, and he makes his way up into turn 1 and 2. He's got 4 to go. Back behind him, Josh Buchanan just about went round again. Of course, Josh doesn't have the setups in the car because he hasn't done enough laps to get the feel of what the track's up to. As we look into our past the start-finish line, the battle's on between Buchanan. A lot of smoke coming out of the 95 car, but it's nothing to worry about, folks. The sprint cars are well known for doing this. So, oh no, Josh has come to the infield again, so he's obviously lost something there. So the 95 car, well, there's a bit of smoke coming out of there. It's just burning up a bit of oil. Obviously, it's not affecting the performance of the car. Might have overfilled it or whatever the story may be, but it is Caleb Bourne. He's got 1 lap left to go, up between turn 3 and 4, heads down the front straight. Heat 3 for the Southern Sprint Car Series goes out to the 95 of Caleb Bourne, waiting for second place. There it is, Adam Evans comes across the line in second. Then we'll get the 15 car of Steve Duff Jr. Then we'll have Shania Stronach going through, and Matt Anderson brings up that tail end of the field. Okay, bring that back up. 95. Avon Insurance Brokers. 95 car of Caleb Bourne. Best time 14.055. There's the final result. 95C Caleb Bourne. 14.055. 98T Adam Evans with a 14.375. And then third, 15, Steve Duff Jr. Fourth was the 21 of Shania Stronach. Fifth was the 16 of Matt Anderson. Sixth was the 43, which obviously didn't finish. He only had 3 laps left to go when he come off. That was Josh Buchanan. And of course, in the later laps, Jason Scott, the earlier laps with the 88 car not doing the job at all. So hopefully they'll get that car all fixed up, ready to go. There is a feature race to come up with these guys, a 25-lap feature race. And if that track's anything to go by, I'm not sure how we're going to cope with that. Well, you do feel a bit sorry for Josh Goobs. I think he's about had enough of it, to be fair.
It's one of those days, isn't it?
Righto, Righto, folks, here we go with the top 10 shootout for production saloons tonight. We've got the 95 machine out there of Cody Dennison, and then we have the 51 all the way from Cromwell, Stephen Nicholas, the 66 car of Gavin Hurring, the 94 of Ricky Pilley, 87 machine of Olivia Glover, did a fantastic job in the last race, the 4 car out there as well, that's Kahu Moxham, also going very well, 48 Tyler Kelk, and the 33, and we all know that these cars definitely are the top 10 cars. On the track though is the 13 machine of Lucy Greer and the 78 car, and that is Daniel Tom. So basically all they got to do is win, and if you win you carry on, if you don't you're away for a hot dog. Is basically how this works. So Top Gun's pretty simple, 10 cars out there, this is 10 versus 9, and whoever wins this will then carry on, and then they will battle it out for the next car. Then that of course will be 9 versus 8, and then 8 versus 7 as we go down, and then we'll have the 2 top cars battling it out. Now I've seen a few top 10s over my life, Top Guns, whatever you want to call them, and sometimes you can get the car can start 10th and make their way up to 3rd or 4th, and you kind of feel sorry for them, Goose, because if they get knocked out in the 3rd or 4th, they've done all that work but no reward, so it will be interesting to see. So 13 on the inside there, Lucy Greer. On the outside, the 78 car of Daniel Tom. Daniel will set the pace on the outside as they do, and there'll be side by side stuff. They should be. They will need to be side by side when the green drops. If not, they'll come back. And if they make a mistake and it's deemed to be a little bit too dodgy, then they'll be taken off and lose their spot. Let's do it. Looks like Lucy Greer's got the good start this time, so Daniel Tom becomes the chaser now as they go up between turn 2, out of turn, down the back straight into 3. 13 already opened up quite a bit of a gap, so that's obviously car 9 versus car 10 there. White flag. They've only got 2 laps to do it in, folks, so this won't be an easy task. 13, 78 getting a little bit closer now. Coming into that final turn, you can see them closing right up. This could be a good battle. Who's going to get it? It's going to be Lucy Greer, the 13 machine, advances through. What's that? Alrighty then, so here we go. So now that person advances through the Greer logging 13 car versus the 95 car of Cody Dennison. So Dennison has got all the work to do, the Ginger Ninja. Look at the front of the car, fantastic. Right, side by side stuff, green drops, they're away. Who's got it here going into, Lucy Greer got it on the outside, but Dennison having a wee look on the inside, side by side stuff, heading down the back straight. They'll get the white flag. Lucy Greer gone a little bit too wide though. Going to try and get it back. Taking the long way around the outside. White flag comes out. Lucy Greer up beside the 95 car again. Really high. Obviously got a line up there. Trying to get the power down in the front wheel drive car. This is a close battle going on between these two. Can Greer get it on the line? Got the more power, but just look at that, pushed out of the road. And it will be the 95 car of Cody Dennison that will go through, and then we'll see what would be the 51 car of Stephen Nicholas now challenging the 95 car. So it's pretty much as they are placed in the top 10. So 9 has beat 10, and then 8 has beaten 9. Oh God, I get confused. But anyway, here we go. We'll have a crack at this. Who's going to win? Green drops. Let's go. Alrighty, so down on the inside, 95 has got it so far. 51 up nice and high. Down the back straight they go. Side by side stuff here again for the Top Gun shootout here. 51, Stephen Nicholas up high. 95, Cody Dennison down low. Nicholas has got it going up between turn 1 and 2, heading down the back straight. This is the last lap. Here comes Dennis to have a wee crack down the inside. Only got 2 turns to do it in. Going to have to duck it down nice and low. 51 though. Steve Nicholas has got it on. Drag race to the finish line. It will be the 51 car of Steve Nicholas that moves on. And now one of the faster cars, the 66 machine of Gavin Hurring, will come out and join 51 for the challenge. Once again, side by side, they'll get the green coming round to the front straight. They're going. Well, not quite the good start. I don't think it was quite even. We'll see what they have to say about that. They might let it go. 66 down on the inside. Gavin Hurring got it over Steve Nicholas. Oh, the yellow. I thought that would be the case. So we could see that the inside car got too much of a start and it wasn't fair. So are they going to give them a chance? You can't put your hand up, mate, when you're in the wrong. No two ways about that. Had about quarter of a car length start when the green flag dropped. It's got to be side by side. So they're going to give them another chance, are they? The 66 machine. I've seen them before where they just told if you jump the start, you're off. But they're going to give them another opportunity. Side by side, heading up to turn 3 and 4. 66 on the inside. Just watch the start this time. I'm sure if they get a jump start, they'll be in the infield. Be careful, 66. He's there. It's a better start this time round. And away they go. So the 51 on the outside. Better start from Stephen Nicholas this time round. Looking in the inside. Here comes the 66 down the inside. Gavin Hurring. Oh, bumper in there. And just about gets torn off. White flag out. Nicholas has got it at the moment. Heads down the back straight. 2 turns to go. Stephen Nicholas comes round off turn 4. Gets the checkered. So Stephen Nicholas will advance one more spot, which is good. But now got to face the 94 car of Ricky Pilley. Okay, so side by side, they must be side by side as we said before. 94 on the inside, on the outside, 66. So 91 done a fantastic job of, 51 doing a fantastic job of gaining a couple of spots. Looks pretty good that start. Battles on. Can Steve Nicholas go another placing up? 94 down the inside. The Mitzi doing a pretty good job. I think it's a Mitzi. Side by side stuff going up between 3 and 4. 51 Stephen Nicholas gone wide, but not a bad line. He seems to have found a little bit of grip on the outside. Clear leader at the moment, going up between 1 and 2, a little bit wide. Look at that Mitzi, she's starting to lift the back left up and not even touching the ground. Steve Nicholas is doing a fantastic job here if he can hang on. That'll be a couple of cars, 3 cars he's chucked into the infield and advances on. Steve Nicholas, 51T, takes another one. Righto, let's see what the 87 machine of Olivia Glover can do. Olivia's very quick in the race that she won it by quite a way. And let's see if she can get it sorted out this time round. 51 on the outside, 87 on the inside. Steve Nicholas done a pretty good job of chucking a few in the infield at the moment. See if he can do another one. Starting to get down to the fast guys. It's going to be pretty hard pressed. Look like a pretty good start. Liv has got it on the inside at the moment. A little bit too wide there. Showed the tail end of the car. Steve Nicholas is trying to look down the inside. Doesn't have the power that the car in front does. Ooh, a little bit too wide there for the 87 car. Allows Steve Nicholas an opportunity to catch right up behind. White flag's out, 1 to go. Needs to sort it out. Oh, just blew a tyre. Oh, well, you wouldn't read about it, eh? That is a shame. She had it in the bag, and unfortunately she's lost a tyre, but Steve Nicholas can't do any wrong, that's for sure. So he will go another spot above. Whew. Kahu mocks him. I think he qualified 4th. Here he comes now. Invercargill car versus the 51 Cromwell car. Steve Nicholas, that was just an absolute pure luck. But that's what Speedway's about most of the time, is a lot of luck. Let's see what the 51 machine can do this time. Kahu Moxham, a Honda, ready to go. Let's do it, racing. I'm not sure if that was an even start. They might be okay. For Moxham, down the inside. Starting to leave a bit of a trail behind. Open it up to about 2 car lengths back to the 51 of Stephen Nicholas. Doing a pretty good job of holding off Stephen Nicholas at the moment. 1 to go, up between 1 and 2. The Paul McDonald Earth Moving Limited turn 1 and 2 is where they're at. Steve Nicholas is trying hard. Heading into the Lammermoor station, turn 3 and 4. Here he goes up high. Kahu Moxham's going to push him really wide. And Kahu Moxham will advance through. Good job by Steve Nicholas, though, to get a few cars before he got beaten. But out comes the 48 of Tyler Kalk versus the 4 of Kahu Moxham. Good job, Steve. Well done, mate. Let's see what these two can do. Couple of Hondas. Definitely side by side going across the start finish line. Moxham's got it a little bit over Tyler Kalk. Heads down the back straight. Tyler's got a bit of work to do now. Moxham's getting the power down a bit better. Here comes the car of Tyler Kalk round the outside up at turn 3 and 4. Moxham's going to make that car as wide as he possibly can. Pushes him up nice and high. Up into 1 and 2, white flags out. This could go any way. Any mistake by Moxham, he right up the tail end of the 4 car of Kahu Moxham. Round the outside, can make it work. Here we go. It'll be a drag race. Who's got the power? Who can get it down? But Moxham's going to do it. Gains a spot. Tyler Kalk to the infield. Out comes the 33 car of Aaron Brooklyn. Been fast all night here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. This will be a good battle. I thought Kalk did a pretty good job, but it could have gone either way. It's just amazing. If you make a mistake, that's it. It's good night, nurse. 33 versus the 4. Invercargill versus Dunedin. Beachlands Speedway versus Riverside Speedway. Who's it going to be? Let's go green and find out. Moxham's got a good start. Oh, he's got a really good start. Bit of a bumper going into the back of the car, though, from the 33 machine of Aaron Brooklyn as they make their way down the back straight. Brooklyn's got a little bit more power and a little bit better going into turn 3 and 4. Look at that. Moxham is going to make that car as wide and make that line as big as he can. Can't come off his line too much, though. Got to be careful here. Brooklyn's gone round the outside. This could be what they need. Drag race. Look at this. Side-by-side stuff down the back straight. Has Moxham got it going into turn 3 and 4? It's 1 turn left to go, folks. Looks like Brooklyn's got it. He will advance through. 33D. Aaron Brooklyn takes that one. Wow, that was close. Very close. Okay, so give him a round of applause. Well deserved as the 33 car of Aaron Brooklyn as he makes his way up between the Paul McDonald Earth Moving turn 1 and 2. Give him the clap. I mean, your hands. Okay, so I think we're going to head down to Stiffy's got Caleb Bourne down in the pit. Stiffy, you there, mate?
Yeah, that's right, Jace. We've got Caleb Bourne down here. Caleb, mate, you're doing all the right things starting off the front row. Got to be happy with that, especially taking the Joker tonight.
Yeah, no, it was a good move, actually. I never know how the night's going to go. It was worth the risk, but yeah, it's going good, but still some work to do.
So explain to us what the Joker means in the Southern Sprint Car Series.
Double points for the night. You've got to decide just after you pull your marble for the first heat race.
So you straight off the bat knew you were going to come down and do it tonight?
Not really, nah. Just felt like when we turned up, and that's how it went.
So a bonus to that is you're starting off the front row, so that's got to be looking pretty good for you, especially in that last heat race. You were out and gone.
Yeah, no, boys hooked the car up good. She's yeah, it's nice and easy to drive. Yeah, see how we go.
It's looking $1 million, eh?
Always.
You learn anything from crewing for Sam Aferteef over in the States? You're going to put all that American bloody tricks out onto the track?
Yeah, no, he's good too, man. He certainly helped me here or there, but still got to drive the thing.
Yeah, that's right. Well, best of luck, bro, and hopefully we catch up with you later on. And for the likes of Jason Scott, who is currently dealing with his car over there, that thing is back together. He's just got to put a front wheel on, but he will be back out for the feature, Jace. And that car is looking $1 million again.
So what's the story with Josh Buchanan? Obviously, he's got some more issues going on with that car. I feel sorry for him, Stiffy. He's come out, he did some laps under anger, but still not completing the races. Can we get an update about what's going on there?
Yeah, we might just see if we can go find the young fella, Josh.
Well, while you do that,
we'll see if we can grab him and come down here. Josh, mate, what's going on with the car? You've had some really bad luck with it today, eh?
Yeah, she's just not running at all, really. Halfway through, or 3/4 through that race, it just started getting real wobbly, and then it had heaps of vibration and just lost oil pressure again. So
has that been your problem all night? Is the oil pressure?
Yeah, John. Yeah, there's been a misfire. There's been everything in this motor tonight. So hopefully for next meeting we'll get it all sussed out.
So you're over for the night. We might hand it back over to you, Jace, for the race anyway. We'll be back.
Okay, folks, here we go with the Saloons. Okay, folks, so we've got the Saloons, and thanks very much for the update, Stevie. Poor Josh Buchanan not having a fantastic night to do. The ARB Saloons are out there doing it in the dirt, and it is the 8 car. Is doing the job up the front there, and it is, of course, Trevor Smith that's doing it. And behind him, we've got the 98 car of Blair Finlay, and then the 57 car of Aaron Andrews is our next place machine as they make their way down the back straight. And behind him, 10 Stu Miller's doing a pretty good job in his machine now, and looks like Blair Finlay gotten a bit sideways coming off that turn 3 and 4, but he's managed to make it stick now as they make their way up into 1 and 2. 8 Trevor Smith is checked out in the Hypermac. Back behind him, 98, the car of Blair Finlay. Of course, the Pro X machine doing a pretty good job back there in second spot. Let's see if he can catch up to the Hypermac. Then we go back to the 77 machine, doing a pretty good job. Haven't seen much of him tonight. Brody Finlay holding off that third spot. 1 spot back, 57 Aaron Andrews would be in behind him. Then the 10 of Stu Miller, and then 96 Mark Newell. He's been pretty quick all night, is back in that next position. And then we go back to the 21 car of Calvin Todd and the 74 of Andrew Hutton there, bringing up the tail end of the field. The 11 car bringing up the tail end of the field. That's Paul Carr. Up the front we go, and it is still the car of 8. He made a bit of a mistake coming out of turn 2, and that's allowed 98 Blair Finlay. He's about 5 or 6 car lengths back in that second spot at the moment. You can see he's just struggling to get round the turns now as he makes his way out of turn 3 and 4. 98 Blair Finlay trying to do what he can to catch up now as they make their way up into 1 and 2. And behind him, it looks like it's the 57 car of Aaron Andrews, 1 spot back. It's the 77 car of Brody Finlay. He's doing a pretty good job back there in that next spot now. Righto, let's go front side. And the 8 car, he's up the top. He's looking at a pretty good there. That's, of course, Trevor Smith. Wee bit of lap traffic. That's allowed Blair Finlay the opportunity to get the Pro X down the inside, and he takes over. There's the white flag has come out. 1 to go now. Some contact over there in the turn 3 and 4. That should just about bring out a yellow. And they're going to try. That's Stu Miller that's parked up between turn 3 and 4. But Brody Finlay's going to take this one out as long as the yellow doesn't come out. It's not going to, so it'll be Brody Finlay that will take it out from the 8 car of Trevor Smith. Great battle between those two. 57 Aaron Andrews once again. The 77 car of Brody Finlay would be next. Then we go back to the 21 car of Calvin Todd, 96 Mark Newell, and then we go back to the 74 of Andrew Hutton, and that's about it really. The 11 car of Paul Carr. So on my laps had a bit of a hiccup here, so hopefully they'll get that sorted out pretty quickly. Okay, so 33 Aaron Brooklyn is our next person we're going to interview. Let's go down to Stiffy in the pits, and that's the winner of the top 10 shootout. Go.
Yeah, he sure is, Aaron, mate. You're doing all the right tricks and moves out there, and you get it to the front, eh?
Yeah, mate. Done it all, and couldn't have done it without my support crew up the back down there, but no, it was a bit of a struggle. We run a bit shit in the second race, but...
So what was the struggle, mate?
I don't even know. Come right in the shoot on the Top Gun, so...
So a couple of issues with the car, and then in that Top Gun it's just sorted itself out and off you went?
Come back to its original grunt and away we went.
Do productions have grunt?
Yeah, obviously.
That's right, you won, eh?
Yeah, that's dead right.
Oh, well, mate, congratulations, eh? And you must want to thank some people for getting you to this point.
I thank all my sponsors, Farm Fix It, Colour Car Painters, Crichton Sandblasting and Paint, Dustless Blasting, Kai Takeaways, and Balclutha Restorations.
Well, mate, congratulations on winning it. You've still got one more race to do for the production saloons here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway tonight. It is a bit of a fun run for these guys, though. They've smashed through this meeting here tonight. The racing's been good. The pits have been action-packed. And Jace has done all the talking. Goobs, I see, talks about as good as he races.
Oh, no. Crap. Hey, mate, you might come up here and do a bit of a commentary for us while I go down and play with my toys downstairs and find out why everything's broken, because since Goob's been here, we've wrecked everything.
Yeah, roger that. On my way.
Righto. There we go, folks. Stiffy down there with the 33 car of Aaron Brooklyn. Good congratulations goes out to him for a fantastic job. Stiffy's going to come out and commentate a couple of races while I go down and fix up what they've broken downstairs, because clearly they've broken a lot of stuff. Give them 5 seconds and they wreck everything, don't they, Goobs?
Oh, here we go. They can't do without you, can they?
No, hopefully they can. I don't want to be anywhere.
That's good.
I want to be out there with the crowd enjoying the racing, mate.
So we've got the word. Oh, everything's all right and everything's all accurate. Stock cars, the rumours of eternity. Stock cars here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. What a fantastic show it's been here tonight too. These guys definitely know how to put on a track and also a race meeting as well. I think last time they were all over and done with in about 2.5 hours, so not mucking around up here tonight. Looks like there's a couple of cars that might be missing down there. Just make sure that everyone's all, the guys that are out there are bumper to bumper. These guys are one of the greats that do start from a standing start here on the dirt tracks, the oval dirt tracks here in New Zealand. We are probably one of the only countries in the world that run cars of these particular types. States they aren't allowed to run contact classes. Australia's just started up a stock car class, so New Zealand's definitely set the scene for contact classes around the world. They absolutely love it on live stream, so let's see what they can do here. Race number 3, Rumours of Eternity stock cars here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. And going to lead them into turn number 1 is the 655 car of Stephen Thompson. He's going to be chased pretty hard by Liam Squire. Liam, I thought he was going to give him a bit of a bumper there, but maybe too early in the race. He just backed off, and these guys just come out of 3 and 4 and down the front straight now. The 17 car of Billy Greer looking up the inside of Zaralita Herder back there for that 4th spot. Looks like he might have got it done. A bit of weight in those tanks there is going to push her up nice and high, but manages to get the job done. The battle's on for 1st, 2nd and 3rd though. Stephen Thompson, Liam Squire, and the 5 car of Trezam, Ryland, Annabelle as they make their way around turn 1 and 2. Fantastic race up the front between these 3 guys. That 17 car of Billy Greer's doing everything he can to catch them. He's got through Zara Lee. Zara's just on the chase now. Then your final 2, the 7 car of Shannon Simon and the 66. The other car that's out there, Goops. I missed the number actually. The 489 car, sorry, Scott Casey. Bringing up the rear of the field, but not for much longer. Zara Lee to her has gone a wee bit too wide. Going around turn 1 and 2, but I tell you what, that battle is up the front. It is Stephen Thompson, Tomo on the front of that car, being chased hard, really hard by Trezam, Ryland, Annabelle, coming out of 1 and 2 and down the back straight now. Liam Squire drops back to 3rd. They're trying to get it all amongst it there. If Trezam just give him a bit of a bumper, he'd be able to get through him. He's locked onto the back of him. And he's going to try and push him a little bit wide into that rough stuff. See if he can get down low. Oh, he goes into the wall there to Stephen Thompson. Comes into a bit of contact with that gun down the back straight. That's allowed Liam Squire to get up into that second spot. And Trezam goes to the lead now. So the 7 car, Shannon Simon just circulating around out there. Is he waiting for somebody? Looks like he's found that accelerator again. Could be waiting for that 17 car of Billy Greer. Oh, Billy gives him a bit of a flick around and puts him over on the exit of 2. So these cars, apart from the front 3, starting to separate themselves now. They've been pretty on the money, have these front 3 cars. The 5 car of Trezam, Liam Squire, and also Stephen Thompson out of 1 and 2. Down the back straight they go, past the Beachlands Speedway sign. The 489 car there of Scott Casey pulls into the infield. Zaralita Hurta's gone into the infield as well. So just leaves a handful of cars out there now, out on the track here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. So Trezam's going to put that 7 car of Shannon Simon a lap down. He must be multiple laps down now. He just seems to be out there on a Sunday drive. As they make their way down the front straight, the white flag will fly last lap for that 5 car of Trezam. Ryland Annabelle opened up a nice wee look at that. Stephen Thompson give Liam Squire a nice wee squeeze in the side, and it's brought Liam Squire to a stop. So is he going to be able to get that car going? Brand spanking new Rob race car for Liam Squire this season. So doing a couple of meetings, coming to grips with that. But Trezam, Ryland Annabelle, the man doing the job out there for race number 3 of the stock cars here at Beachlands Speedway, brought to you by Rumours of Eternity. In second spot, we'll go back to Stephen Thompson. Then it'll be the 948 car of Liam Squire and the 7 car of Shannon Simon and Billy Greer, bringing up the rear of the field. So that is the Rumours of Eternity, race number 3 here for stock cars at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Hopefully you have all enjoyed the night's racing here at Beachlands. The grades that they've put on that Saloon, the production Saloon Top Gun, that was really, really good to watch. So still a couple more races to go here. Give this guy a round of applause as he makes his way around. They've come here to flick some clay for you guys to put on a bit of a show. It is the last race of the night, so do what you need to do. Show him your appreciation. Going to make his way into the infield and leave it to the guys on the dirt. Let's go. So, street stocks. The 732 car of Jake Boff. Look at that, straight into the infield. The 317 car of Ben Bissett. So he gets spat out to the infield. So this looks like it could be quite an action-packed wee race. We've got another car over there in turn 1 and 2, but the 29 car. These numbers are quite hard to read. Shia McCarty. So she may go back to the back of the pack as they make their way out of turn 1 and 2. The 345 car in that third spot, Ben Jenkins. He's chasing nice and hard as they make their way out of turn 3 and 4. Oh, nice wee flick there on that. I think it's the 4 car there, is it, of Deacon Borthwick as they make their way around turn 3 and 4 and down the front straight. So a lot of these guys who used to commentate as youth saloons now coming up into these bigger grades and doing what they need to do, mixing it with the best of them. Some of the best street stock drivers in the country you will see here at Beachlands Speedway. So they say if you want good, hard, fast street stock racing where they hit each other, the South Island is definitely the place to be. So I don't even know who's leading at all. There we go. The 475 car of Braden Adams is the man that's doing the deed out there at the moment, followed by 475, sorry, and then 345 Ben Jenkins is going to be in that second spot. Alan Finch is going to be third. Then Jake Barrs dropped back to 4th, so they're kind of just starting to separate themselves a wee bit now as they make their way out of turn 3 and 4. Oh, that 317 car there of Ben Bissett. He's put on the hit on that Deacon Borthwick car again. So Deacon's just become a washing machine in this race. And these guys are just going to spin each other around, so they're going to try and stop that 475 car as they make their way down the front straight and into 1 and 2. So fantastic race up the front between these two guys. Into 3 and 4, so Ben Bissett, Ben Jenkins, Jake Barr, the other guys out there doing it. Spun the car around himself as the 29 car of Shia McCarty, having a few troubles out there, really having some troubles dealing with that 3 and 4 reverse track here. Only grade in New Zealand Speedway that can go reverse track, so they can go whatever way they want to. Still the man out the front, the 475 car of Braden Adams. He's the man that's been doing the bizzo all night, really. The car's been has been on form. Ben Jenkins been there or thereabouts, and they seem to be the guys that are doing it on the dirt here at the moment, trying to finish up this race number 3 for the street stocks here at Beachlands Speedway. Alan Finch, the white flag's out, so 1 to go for that 475 car. Now, as he makes his way down the front straight. No, white flag's out, so here he is, just coming past us out of turn 3 and 4 now. The checkered flag will drop for that 475 car of Braden Adams, the man that's doing the job. Then we'll go, hand it back over to Chase anyway.
Okay, folks, back again. Braden Adams there, 475D, fastest lap, 19.632. He will take out the win. They're still battling out, even though the checkered's gone. Oh, come on. I got a challenge from BMAC, Brendan McIntyre down south. He said my replays are crap because they're not working, so I went down there and fixed it all up in 5 seconds. So we've got a whole bunch of replays coming for you guys very shortly. But 475, Braden Adams takes the win. 345D, Ben Jenkins second. 118, Alan Finch in third. Fourth spot was 88 to Caleb Marshall. Fifth was 97D, Clay Marshall. Sixth was 92, Jaden Cron. Seventh was 44D, Andrew Kedge. Eighth was the 317D, Ben Bissett. Ninth was 363D, Regan Constable. 10th was the 29 of Shea McCarty. And 11th was Tom Hillaby in the 26 car. 12th was Jared Constable in the 42 car. 13th was Robert Ryder in the 46. 14th was the Ethan Borkworth in the 4D. And 15th was the 732D of Jake Barr. Got through there fast because we've got some pretty cool replays coming up for you. Let's go straight to that big roll that we had in the street stocks a little bit earlier on. So I went downstairs and I pushed a couple of buttons and give it a kick and away it went. So we'll just wait for Michaela to get it all lined up, ready to go. So we're going to start off with the street stocks, and then whilst these other cars are coming out, we'll play all the highlights. Right, ready? Going to go to the street stock. Ready? Are we? Waiting. Waiting. Here we go. There it is. It's working. They'll probably go faster, Michaela. A bit slow. Man. Oh, look at this. Bites in. And where is he? Oh, there we go. Look at that. Up and over. Come off him into the last second there, but not too bad. So now we're going to go give you a bit of a highlights reel, 100% Michaela, and let's get this highlights reel going while we wait for the rest of the crews to come out. So we must be rolling around to the youth again. do it, eh? All that graphics are fixed up again. We're away and racing for the feature for the production saloons. Looks like the 4-car of Kahu Moxham. It's got it sorted out at the moment, makes its way down the back straight, opens up about 4 or 5 car lengths back to our next place car, which I do believe is the 48 machine. A bit dark to see anything at the moment. Just wait till they come round. We're down through the back of the field there with a whole bunch of cars that are battling it out for that 4th, 5th and 6th. It's quite a bit of a lineup there actually if you have a look, but it's the 4-car of Moxham from 48 Calc, and it looks like we've got the 87 machine. Hopefully there's a graphic coming up pretty soon of Olivia Glover. Here we go, now I can read them all. And then looks like the 95 car of Cody Dennison would be back in that next spot as they make their way up into turn 3 and 4, the leaders. But we're focusing on that bit of a battle going on further down through the field there. Great battle coming off turn number 4. Kahu Moxham fastest lap so far, 19.481 as they make their way out of turn number 2, head down the back straight. He's definitely got a head of steam on. Back in second spot, the 48 car of Tyler Calkin. We go back one to Olivia Glover, and then a bit of a gap back to the 95 car, and that is of course Cody Denniston that's doing a pretty good job holding off the troops at the moment. So the light's a little bit dark out there, so camera's struggling to focus a wee bit, but we can see that the car of Kahu Moxham, their fastest lap against the second place car for the last 3 laps, lap 2, 3 and 4. Not much in it though. You look at that lap 4, 19.581 for Moxham versus a 19.587. There's nothing in it, but still Moxham doing enough to hold off everybody as he makes his way down past the start-finish line. We've got a car spun out at turn 2, but he's got back going again, so it's not going to stop it. As we look for our 2 front-running cars, there's been a threesome up there to join. That's Olivia Glover, so we've got a car yellow come out. That'll be for that car off turn 2 there sitting on the corner, the blue machine. I can't even make out what it is. And also 1 and 3, that's the 78. Well, look at that. He's shortened up the front end a wee bit in that machine. That was a car that was actually in the top 10 shootout, the Top Gun. And that is Daniel Tom. So Daniel's obviously found the wall. Okay, so here we go, folks. They've about got the restart again, and it is, of course, the looks like 48 Tyler Calc got a pretty good start this time round. And I don't know what's happened to Kahu Moxham. Do you see what happened? Is it pulled in somewhere? Oh, he's pulled into the infield there. It's very dark. Was that the 4? It is the 4. So 4's pulled in. So something's obviously happened there. As we look for our front runners, 48 Tyler Calc. Look at this, lined up 3 wide, going into turn 1 and 2. Never ends well usually, but looks like they've gotten away with it. So 33 now is on the charge. It's Brooklyn, looking like the Milaps is playing up again with 3 to go, putting her down at 13th place, which is clearly not the case, I don't think. 2 to go though. Must be a lap car here? I don't know. White flag's out. Just not sure if the MyLaps is reading correctly from up in the tower here. I think I might have got confused with that last lap there. 33, looks like they're going to get the win here. I'm not sure what's going on with the MyLaps, but that's what we've seen was a 33 car coming across the start-finish line in first spot. Can't bring up any graphics because they're going to be wrong. Have to wait for them to make the changes downstairs. But that was a good run from the 33 car.
98, Adam Evans off P1. The 95 car of Caleb Bourne off P2, taking the Joker here tonight, so he'll be running for double points. In P3, the 16 car of Matt Anderson. P4 beside him is going to be the 88 car of Jason Scott. Then we'll go back to the P5, Dean the Thriller Miller and Ross McKinnell beside him in P6. The Gasman Steve Duff in the 15C car starts off P7, and the 95 car from Cromwell, Fedu Tewa, will start alongside him in P8. The last two cars starting there, P9, the 14 car of John Severite and the 21 car of Shannara Stronach will start in P10 right alongside him at the back of the pack. So they are the way they will start for the Sprint Car 25 lap feature here for the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Round number 2 here at Custom Science Beachlands Speedway. So the 98 car of Adam Evans. I think I would have to agree with Goober. I would like to see...
With a bit of clean air, he should be fine.
Yeah. And that inside starting row seems to be the row to start from. But Caleb's done a lot of crewing for a few American guys over our off-season and their on-season. And hopefully it might pay some dividends. He's
either one of those two.
Adam Evans or Caleb Bourne. That's what Goob says. Caleb Bourne just lunged the start. Adam Evans is going to slot into that P2. Let's see if he can keep it there. 16, Matt Anderson. He is a man from Dunedin, contracted to Cromwell though, up in that third spot as they make their way around turn 3 and 4 and down the front straight. So Caleb Bourne will lead lap 1 of 25. Adam Evans will chase him nice and hard, probably about 5 or 6 car lengths back. Then we go back a bit further to that 16 car of Matt Anderson. Then it's the 88 car of Jason Scott, well and truly into his work, trying to use that high line to the best of his advantage as they make their way out of 1 and 2. He has got, is that Fetu Tewa, or that's just gone, no, that's the Gasman. Steve Duff straight up the inside of him, coming out of 2 and down the back straight. So now out of 3 and 4 as they make their way down the front straight. So the Gasman got past the 88 car of Jason Scott for that 4th spot. We've got one around. Who's that? John Severite. So the Pro Ben sponsored 14 car from Cromwell. So the greens are out. Sorry, the yellows are out. The greens are about to be dropped. The restart here, the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Caleb Bourne picked straight up where he left off, playing the Joker card here tonight, playing for double points. Dean Miller done it last week. Caleb won, and Dean still came out top on points. So he was kicking himself afterwards. He's gone to take the Joker today and had a really, really good night. Won his heat race, 2nd or 3rd in the other one, and is currently leading the feature. But Adam Evans has found something up on that cush as he makes his way around turn 1 and 2. You see him, he's jumped the cush, and that's allowed Caleb Bourne to open up a few car lengths now. But Adam's really quick around turn 3 and 4 and down the front straight. The battle looks like it could be on between the Gasman and Jason Scott in that 88 car. 20 to go here at Beachlands Speedway for round number 2, being controlled by Caleb Bourne as they make their way down to click off another lap under their belt. Can Adam Evans do anything about the 95 car of Caleb Bourne as they make their way down the back straight? Matt Anderson's, he's about half the back straight, back in that 3rd spot. He's chasing hard. Then it's Jason Scott. Then the 15 car of the Gasman Steve Duff. Ross McKinnell in that 6th spot. Then Dean Miller 7th. Shannara Stronach 8th. John Severite 9th. And Fetu Tewa says here that he's bringing up the rear of the field. So CV's managed to get on through and make himself up in position. Shannara looking all over the back of that 55 car of Dean Miller. Oh look, the leaders have caught lap traffic. Can Adam Evans bounce here? Caleb Bourne's going to look to put a car between him and Adam. Adam needs to put that car between him. Oh, there he goes. Oh, he's gone in way too hot. It's contact between him and Caleb Bourne. He's come to a stop, collected Fetu Tewa. Absolutely gutted gutted, Goops.
Damn. Oh well. He tried. Probably a bit too hard.
I don't think he's parked in there just to say g'day, that's for sure.
No. You got to give him 10 points for trying because he wanted to win it.
He did. Trying to really, really close on that gap between him and Caleb Bourne. And here's the replay. So there's Caleb and yeah, Adam. He tries to do the slide job on Fetu Tewa and he just comes in way too hot. Clips the back end of Caleb Bourne. It spits him around and Fetu had nowhere to go. They wouldn't have put him back there if he wasn't allowed to start there. So Adam Evans gone back P2. The race is on between the two youngsters. We'll throw Matt Anderson in for a bit of a threesome up the front. The lights go green. Let's go racing here at Beachlands Speedway. So Caleb Bourne, very, very good on the restarts, isn't he? Just drives away from it. Adam Evans got the better line coming out of 2 though. Closes up about 2 or 3 car lengths, not a lot though. Caleb's using that push to his advantage as they come out of 3 and 4. But Adam is hunting him down. He's closed up on him. He just needs to be a little more patient, does Adam, and just be a bit smarter about what he's doing. Caleb's jumped the cush. Adam's going to come up on below him as they make their way down the front straight. There's about 1 or 2 cars between them. But I think Caleb Bourne, that car just seems a little bit quicker, or either that or the setup's a little bit better, but he's pushing high around turn 3 and 4. So there'll be 14 to go in the line. Caleb Bourne from Adam Evans, from Matt Anderson in 3rd. He was being pestered by Jason Scott, but it seems that these guys have now... Oh, so the gasman Steve Duff's got through Jason Scott. Scotty's gone way back the back. And who's that up the wall? Dean Miller. Dean Miller hits the wall coming out of 2. The car goes a bit sideways and a bit bentways, but he's managed to gather it back up. He's going to have Fetu Tewa breathing down his throat now as they make their way around turn 1 and 2. So, oh look, he's jumped the cush again. Oh, here comes Adam Evans up the inside now. So, Caleb Bourne to 2nd, Adam Evans to 1st. He's going to try and do the crossover. Is Caleb Bourne, can he get it done? That car seems to be so much quicker, does Caleb Bourne's car, but Adam Evans, what a line coming out of 1 and 2. He punched Fetu Tewa a lap down, a lot smarter than he did the last time. As he makes his way out of turns 3 and 4, down the front straight, he's opened up a bit of a cut back. Going to use that push. Where's Caleb Bourne? So Caleb has fallen off the pace a wee bit. As my voice is starting to get a bit croaky, I've only been up here for 2 minutes. As they make their way down the front straight. So Adam Evans has got this race under control. Caleb Bourne is having a real... Oh, it's Matt Henderson gone through him. Matt Henderson has now gone to 2nd. And Caleb Bourne has gone back to his 3rd spot now. So Adam Evans, Caleb Bourne, Matt Henderson, 4th place, Steve Duff in the 15 car. Jason Scott 5th, Ross McKinnell 6th, Shannara Stronach 7th, John Sebright 8th, Dean Miller 9th, and Fetu Tewa bringing up their 10th and final position. So 10 cars started, 7 to go. We've still got 10 on the track, so definitely good racing here. Adam Evans has opened up a 3.5 second lead over the 16 car of Matt Anderson. Matt used to call this his home track, but he's now contracted to Cromwell, but he's going to have a solid 2nd place run here with 5 to go at the line. Adam Evans puts Ross McKinnell a lap down now as they make their way out of turn 1 and 2. Bit of a fuzzy shot there, but that's all right. Well, Adam Evans up there in that 1st spot. So Ross McKinnell, Shannara Stronach, they are racing for position. Matt Anderson he's going to come and join them to see if he can put them a lap down. If Adam Evans can just play it smart, Matt Anderson and Caleb Bourne have been stuck in traffic and they can't get through. So he has opened up a 3.725 second lead. The whole length of the back straight over the 16 car of Matt Anderson. And then it's probably about half the back straight back to that 95 car of Caleb Bourne. 2 to go now for the 18 car, the 18 car of Adam Evans as they make their way down into turn 3 and 4. The white flag will fly for Adam Evans in the 98 car. The young fella's going to get the job done. Just be smart, don't do. He's going to try and put Jason Scott a lap down. What a drive for the young fella, 98. Adam Evans will take the chicken flag here at round number 2, the Civil Construction Southern Sprint Car Series. Second spot will go to Matt Anderson. Third spot to Caleb Bourne in the 95 car. Then we'll go Shannara Stronach, Steve Duff, Dean the Miller. So, here they go. First spot, 98, Adam Evans. Second spot, Matthew Anderson in the 16 car. Third, the 95 car of Caleb Bourne. 15, the Gasman, Steve Duff in fourth. Fifth will go to Jason Scott. Sixth to the 96 car of Ross McKinnell. Seventh to the 21 car of Shannara Stronach. 8th to 14, John Severite. 9th to the 55 car of Dean Miller after a bit of contact with the wall. And Fetu Tewa will bring up that 10th and final position with the fastest lap time going to Adam Evans with a 14.697 second lap. That is motoring. Look at them donuts. Oh boy. Give him a round of applause. This young guy's first feature win in a sprint car. And he done it with some guys that have been doing it for a long time. Caleb Bourne, Jason Scott. Put Jason Scott a lap down. Alright, we're here with the 98 car of Adam Evans, mate, getting the bizzo done. Got to be happy.
Yeah, no, absolutely stoked. Gavin gave me an awesome car, can't thank him enough. Car was on rails, track was awesome, so yeah, no credit to everyone.
So this is your first season in sprint cars, yeah?
Second.
Second, and the first feature win?
I think so. Third and fourth feature win, I think.
Well, you got to be pretty happy with it, eh? I mean, it was a pretty weird track all night. It was looked drivey up the top, but slick down the bottom and made a bit of a mistake, but got it done.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a tricky track. I was glad I wasn't in the first heat. Definitely up high. If you jumped the cushion, it was just crumbs. But then, yeah, on the cushion it was good. So, yeah. Anyone you want to thank, mate? I meant to thank your dad, Mike, Gavin, Katie, Jason, all our sponsors, Hydrolink, Edge Parts and Performance, Vertex Lubricants, GC Hydraulics and HER.
Well, congratulations on taking out round 2 of the Southern Sprint Car Series here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway, Adam Evans.
Thank you.
All right. We will call that a wrap here at Custom Signs Beachlands Speedway. Adam Evans is the man that does the job here tonight at the Southern Sprint Car Series. Thank you all very much for joining us here at the Pits TV. We will see you next weekend, wherever we might be, but stay tuned and enjoy the rest of the week.